And when you guys do well, identify that you're doing well and identify what made you do well, and then try to replicate that throughout the game. Because usually what you do well and what works against a team is that team's weakness. What doesn't work for you is usually your team's weakness. That's usually what that team is good at countering. So you want to counter them, all right, and figure out how they're playing, and then go from there. All right, have your strategy, have all your spots in mind at the start, but as the game develops, be active, proactive in thinking. Don't go into a trance. Keep cards flowing, keep your mind working.
Alright, I'm going open.
Yeah.
I'll go open with you.
Make sure someone goes closed.
I'm taking close. I'm taking close. Coach, what's up?
I go bottom.
Going with you.
You can make it back up. I want to make sure that everybody got
Wait, what?
like smokes and all that. I want to make sure.
I have trophy.
I got
I got
smokes,
smokes.
bro.
Nah, but run a trophy. Let me remember to take care of the smokes. Run a trophy.
Only one? Only one smoke?
Nah, me and Rami got it.
Ready up. Let's go. Alright, almost up.
Go.
Wait, Rev, you're going,
I take it close.
pushing bottom to con, right?
Because you can smoke P1, please.
Yeah.
By the way, there's no snipes in the coast right below.
I took it close.
Identified.
Two open, they're jumping down the hill now.
One there close.
Nice. Push up on the map, push up on the map.
Open there.
Walking over.
Yo, 2-0.
One more zero. Arch is weak.
Yo, move side hill right now.
Alright, Spangton.
Let's start watching rock now.
Open back.
Looking back.
Open.
Hey, start working rock. There's one, move side hill too.
One kitchen and...
Yeah, there's one bottom of it.
Hard point identified. Capture the objective.
Water. One hill, push down checkers.
One here.
Yeah, still Lambo side here.
Which one?
Waiting. There's one, only one. Three drives.
I'm going to drive.
One drive. One drive is dead.
Nice.
One drive. I'm holding drive.
Watch my water, please.
Looking white.
Watch my Lambo now.
Thank you. One drive.
Yeah, you're going to hit
Lambo, one side. Push up.
Yeah, back up. Yeah, back up. Hey,
Lost the lead.
Oh, what?
Hard point identified.
Hey, why we keep
Capture
leaving?
the objective.
New weapon. I think.
Why you using that? Champy was using it?
He might have switched.
No, he's been using it since the top. It was just open. But I think Caesar was okay.
Rob might be him was the first guy to the lead.
I don't know what happened. I wasn't paying attention to him, but I don't know. Ask him.
Get my button laid out, baby.
What the fuck?
Let me see if they said something on
So the phone crash.
Por este lado, güey. Cosas.
I think we're
Muy
good
bien.
now.
Yo salgo a
Yeah.
las 12.
12, ¿ok?
No, a las 12 llego a tu casa.
Let's go.
12.
Yo, Rev.
Yeah, let's go.
Ah, ¿vas a venir a cambiar tú otra vez ahí? Ah, ok, está bien.
Voy a
Sí,
venir y van a ir.
ok. Sí. Voy a jugar, güey. Si quieres ahí, déjala. Estás en tu casa.
Alright, let's go. Let's go.
Unless we got this third
Yeah,
time.
how many were open, Lex? When you Lex loaded?
There was two open. There was one close and one on the, what's it called? The desk.
¿Vale?
I'm gonna do the same
No.
opening. I'm gonna do the same opening name because I think they have two like going bottom either.
But, also, please stop going fucking con as ARs. It's one of the worst routes you could take. Also, like, you don't need to push up to spawn trap office if you're an AR. Like, just fucking look over it. Don't flip your team out.
Okay.
Hard point identified.
I'm going over.
Shankos.
I'm open right now. Yo, open window.
Three
Open.
open, three open, three open.
Yo, open
Try
back.
zebra.
Yeah.
One close.
Yo, one bottom kitchen and two
Zebra
kitchen
dead.
side.
Zebra dead.
One kitchen, one kitchen, one kitchen.
Top zero, top zero. One close.
One close.
One in.
Kitchen right now. Kitchen side.
Hostiles have captured point.
Kitchen side. Kitchen back.
Nice.
Getting side on hill. Dead. One
You're
open.
good.
Yo, move. You got
Yeah, one nice for sure. Hey, jump up. Hey, start rotating too. We got left side. Got left
Watch your
side.
open, watch your open.
nothing close.
Go new, I got scrap. Bottom of he's dead.
Looking right here.
One more help, my open.
Yo, get my way. Hold
I
way.
got it.
All the way, man.
Yo, one more.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
one.
going drive.
Yeah.
Hard point identified.
Nice one, Wells. That's the Wells number one. There's one driveway right now.
In drive.
Drive dead.
Push out to help number one. Push out to help number one. Left side.
One lobby, top zero.
Be advised. Hostile killer drone.
Anybody have boss?
The lead.
That's my way.
Oh, line bar.
Get a smoke. One lane behind you.
Killer drone inbound.
One white, two white side, two white side.
Killer drone
Three
Right
white
side,
side.
two on hill. Just three on hill, one by right.
Yo, pay for you.
One push,
Yeah, Charlie.
Wait.
I'm sure
Pure lobby,
top,
pure lobby.
Hostile hunter killer drone.
Touchy right now, touchy.
He's open.
Watch your
Left side.
Predator missile inbound.
Come back.
One open.
Okay, one shot outer.
One outer.
Three outer side.
Over there, the front side.
Money box.
One top
One inner now.
Tap out. Get push on it.
Predator missile inbound.
Behind that. You gotta work.
Still top flat, guys.
Office warma. Pushing deep.
One outer. One on hill.
Enter there.
Auto.
Yo, you can stay.
That's mine.
Use your prism.
Banana weak. I'm pushing out. Swing it.
Right here.
One outer square,
Enter.
one outer square.
There's one in there. Go now.
Attaching.
Flank. Hold the spawn if you're not.
Hard point identified.
Up all, by the way.
One
Kitchen side.
Which is ever. White kitchen.
Lucky kitchen. He's going like kitchen.
Rambo still, Rambo.
Might be top office.
Enemy EMP systems
That's
in.
it, probably.
Be careful.
I'm swinging over.
Push together.
Kitchen side.
Outer on hill. He's weak.
Oh, enter. There's only enter.
Oh, wait, wait, wait.
Two open.
You're on him with him. Let's push out. They got 4 people here. Push out.
One kitchen right now, kitchen.
Lucky kitchen.
Water.
Lucky kitchen.
No, one kitchen side.
Killer drone.
Alright, respawn. P2, I'm going water. Water dead. Top.
I'm pushing out water.
One outer right now, one top.
Nice.
On hill.
Yo, water.
One enter side hook.
One in open side.
Yeah, someone's not down there.
Oh, okay. One. Yo, two open.
Toronto. Yeah, got him there.
Capture the objective.
One kitchen side hook, one kitchen
Two
side hook.
open.
He's still kitchen, bro. Still kitchen.
Yeah.
Open there.
Armor.
Kitchen one tap.
Enemy EMP systems incoming. Be careful.
Yo, one kitchen.
Top open.
One in. Move.
Yeah, I got it. Ready.
Orange kitchen. I got my war.
One open.
One concept here, One connector side hill, connector side.
Here's my war.
Open side kitchen and
There's one close.
On top. On hill. Someone else.
movie there.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Movie side. Three movie side.
Yo, there's one water right now going in.
Lobby.
Water going in.
Lobby going right. Watch right.
What do you got here?
Kitchen side. Behind you, kitchen.
Yo, buy water. There's one right.
That's it.
You're gonna help. Push that drive.
Put it there. One in. Wait.
I'll drive.
There's machine. Wait.
Wait, you go push that drive.
Yeah, they got spare on point too.
Drop some hill.
Get up, team.
And one lobby's on
They're
Rambo.
in hill.
I'm going.
I'll drive.
One lobby.
Throw it at.
Yo, one's white.
Keep drive.
Systems
White
incoming.
lobby.
Yeah, one's going white.
One more water side.
One's driving.
Could I, real quick? It's just a few things I've seen. Okay, one, Arcees, please throw your nade when you guys are breaking hill. You gotta throw your nade. Like, you can't hold it the whole break. Throw your nade. Help, use it to help you break hill, right? Like, use your utils to help you guys break hill. Two, real quick, ARs. Stop, like, abandoning AR lanes and AR power positions. You guys get one kill up an AR lane, and the moment there's not a second person there, you start, like, scrambling around the map trying to look for that next kill. The best gunfight to take in COD M is the one you don't have to. If you can control an entire lane by yourself and not have to take a gunfight up it, and know that it's going to affect spawns, it's going to affect their pushes, do that. You don't always have to actively be in a gunfight to have an impact on the game. Third thing real quick, their strategy is all about the fact that they know you guys are going to be very one-dimensional in your pushes. You either have to have somebody fly into those flank lanes and those flank spots or those common spots where you can get flanked, or you have to have somebody kind of watch it for a second or two when you guys are team pushing like that. Not all 5 of you can be looking in the same direction. that push from Wells to P3, like 3 or 4 of you there, not one of you checked your con. And you end up getting just pieced by that guy. And it happened multiple times throughout the game. You guys have to check like these common spots for cutoffs and flanks, because if you give them the opportunity, they will play it. It's a high level team. Okay? They're going to take advantage of it. And one of them just left, so I can get this last little tidbit of information in. Your operator skills, please stop popping them at like 10 seconds of a hill or 20 seconds of a hill. Popping your op for scrap time is not usually advisable. You want to pop it for the first 20 seconds to 30 seconds of a hill. / towards the end. If you guys already have the hill and you're committing to a full 60, you want to pop op for the last 20, cool. But if you guys completely just got blown out on a hill and they've won like 40, 45 seconds out of the 60, don't pop your op for the last 20. You're obviously not winning that hill. Cut your losses. Focus on grouping up and coordinating your ops for the next hill. Don't get discouraged. Take this as a learning moment. Like they're exposing your flaws and weaknesses. So like I said before you guys started playing, like learn from that. They're exposing every flaw you guys have. Every mistake you make, they're taking advantage of. I think it's a great game to VOD for whenever you guys have time in the future. And I can send you guys the file and stuff. I have it recorded as well. I'm sure Chuki had it recorded. So, you know, that's what a pro team is going to do. Okay? They're going to see you guys playing one way, and they're going to recognize it, and then they're going to punish you for it very quickly. And if you don't change and keep playing the same way, they're going to keep punishing you for it. You know, grim reality of calm. Like I said, nobody's going to give it to you, right? Real quick, this was driving me crazy. I just want to like briefly explain AR power positions while you guys wait for your next scrim on Hacienda. I feel like it's so important, and I feel like ARs really are struggling right now with like, for some reason, with like getting set up properly. Do you guys remember Chuki literally saying in the Hacienda VOD beforehand that you guys should play for open?
And the two Hacienda that we played, it was exactly the same as the one that I saw. It was 2 guys going bottom, 3 guys going top. Instead of playing full top, like I said, at least like 4 guys going top, 1 guy can go wrapping around rocks, whatever. But
I don't know who has the VMP Mythic, but you have an SMG with a VMP, which is a very aggressive close-range weapon, essentially playing open for our ARs. That's not good. I don't know how else to say that. It's just not good. When you guys, doesn't really matter what side you spawn on, generally the most effective AR setup on a P1 for Hacienda is 1 here top close by office, 1 here at the platform, that's able to help clear hill, hop down if necessary, and then 1 by the open window, right? And this can be a few different ways, right? This could be like this guy's up here at Zebra and he's just really paying attention to spawns maybe, or maybe he's paying attention to the closed, right? 1 guy kind of in your actual hallway who's able to read spawns for the flanks, right, in case they spawn out. That's more so his job, that and hill support, right? And then your last guy can either spawn trap or he can kind of play like the 3rd AR on the close side, and you guys can take a more defensive setup. Because of AR positioning and pacing of the game, ARs have taken a more offensive setup, where, you know, this AR's job is more so like, hey, worry about back spawns and then worry about like countering, you know, kitchen or countering like con, right? And I would say more so kitchen. This AR is more so focused on like countering con and then kind of like focusing on these back spawns at Boathouse, right? And the last AR is more so focused on like an immediate kind of flowing spawn trap on the tin side and kind of helping us support for hill. Right, like there's a few different ways you guys can play this. What shouldn't be generally happening is your AR shouldn't have 1 AR at top open, and then you guys get broken on hill, and this AR just goes, well, I don't see anybody else open, I'm just gonna hop downhill. I saw that way too much, and that's kind of what I meant by, like, as an AR, like, stop forsaking AR power positions and lanes. Like, every time you do that, you have to think about it like this. Kadam is a game of consequences, okay? So every action, every choice you decide to make has a consequence. Negative or positive, doesn't matter. Has a consequence. Okay, so when you guys are playing mindlessly, you're not thinking of consequences. So what ends up happening is you have one guy that comes here, gets one pick and open, hops downhill the moment you guys get broken. Now you guys have no presence up here. So you just threw a life at hill, which you're probably not going to get because you're an AR, if I'm being honest. But you just threw a life at hill. You completely neglected to clear off the other power positions or continue to hold it down while your teammates regroup and get an actual coordinated push going. Right, so you've left all these spots open for flanks and pushes just because you didn't have a moment or two of patience. For the ARs, find some patience. Find your impact areas. I would say as an AR, your impact area on P1 is open. There's really no other impact area. You can play it from bottom kitchen, they're going to push you. You can go con, here's the truth, you're going to get fucking either broken off from top or they're just going to kill you from inside hill. You can go bottom movies, but like this is a terrible spot. You're on such low ground compared to the opposite ARs on high ground. You're going to get beamed. It's going to be the easiest free kill of their life. Right, so your lane of control really is open. If you hold open, it doesn't technically anchor a spawn, but what it does is it blocks off stair spawns. For the most part, it can act as a block for the boathouse spawns, and it could essentially make it very readable for your team to realize, okay, they're spawning boat or they're spawning wells. If we're spawning wells, that means they're spawning, they're spawning tin or they're spawning wells. If we're spawning wells, they're spawning tin. If we're spawning tin, they're spawning wells. If we're spawning both, that means it's a split, and chances are they're probably spawning here.
And the only way actually for as an AR for you to actually getting down to try to hold the point and stuff is one of your teammates is inside the point, dies, and whoever is on top, whoever is close, just needs to reposition. But if that's not happening, then you just don't do it. Because at the end,
Yep.
when it comes to feeling the point, okay, the guy who is inside dive from a random nade, dive, overpeaking, whatever, because someone needs to step inside the hill. It's completely fine, but that means that the guy that dies needs to reposition to the guy that is going to drop. So is okay, a guy dies, is spawning well, that guy is going top to have to take control of the guy that just went down, and of course it's not only two guys, it's at least five. We are not supposed to have in top control completely blank. We are not supposed to have the 3 ARs dropping inside the point. It's only one guy at a time. That's why we just need to talk to what we are going to do and when we are going to do.
Going into the,
who's pushing, who's dropping, who's doing what.
yeah, because it's just all over the place, and kind of what's just happening is you guys are divulging into, you're just evolving into like pure reactionary plays. Oh, hill's broken, I gotta hop in. Oh, nobody's open? Okay, I'm gonna let open go. Like, no, just because nobody's open doesn't mean open's not, doesn't need to be controlled, right? Like, you have to think kind of steps ahead, right? Okay, I just killed the guy open. There's gonna be timing for me to push up and, potentially gain some control here, right? Put pressure on these spawns, right? Going into your P2, because P1 is not a numbers hill, okay? Like, there are hills that are like numbers hills, just to wrap up P1. P1 is not numbers hill. It doesn't matter if you throw all 5 of you on hill. If you don't have any type of control here, you're done. They're gonna just pick you over and over again. And because you have no control, you're not gonna be able to predict where they're coming from. They could have a lurker bottom kitchen, a lurker movies, some guy con, one guy hill, one guy open, and they could just pick you from any direction because you're just investing all 5 of you into the hill every time. Going into P2, right, like I liked that I saw you guys start to think a little forward at times. I saw there was one play where guys were starting to get drive and we were starting to get rocks, but the same issues happened when we were just forced to spawn drive that Chuki had kind of outlined before, right, where you guys spawn drive, you group up, you try to 3-man push, okay, first one doesn't work. But there's one guy left, so we go into scramble mode, and we're like, yo, there's one more, there's 2, oh, we can break this. And no one sets up here for this late flank, right? This kind of cleanup guy, this cleanup crew guy. If you guys are really getting slaughtered from driveway and you can't get anything like generated at all, just hit the rat. You, like I said to some of you before, you don't have to be at rocks to flip rocks. You just have to be here. If you're here and open, this is enough to disrupt spawns. Like, you walking back and forth between this area is enough to mess up spawns that they're going to have to start spawning separately. Right? So, like, that's one thing. When you guys did have rocks, big thing that I noticed was you guys had, first off, you had a lot of, like, solo pushes at times, but one of the things that I noticed is, like, you had your guys' water push up, but then there would be, like, nobody checkers established, right? But these guys are all the way up here at waters, and the last 3 guys are back here at the spawn. This is, like, not good timing or coordination. And then there would be times where you have, 1 guy back here at water, and then you would have, like, 2 over here at checkers, and these guys would try, like, a 2-man break. You can't break P2 with 2 guys. I'm not really sure how else to say it. You just can't break P2 with 2 guys. P2 is a numbers hill. The more numbers they have on hill, the harder it's going to be to break. And if you're trying to break with 2 to 3 guys and they have a full stack on hill, you're pretty much done for. It's just not going to work unless you hit some crazy shots. Going into P3, like, once again, I saw ops being popped, like, last 20 seconds. I don't know when your next scrim is. If it's, like, in 20 minutes, I guess. Like, I mean, Chuki, you can pull it up. I can pull it up. I don't care. We can bot this real quick. But going into P3, this is not like a hill-dependent spawn, so you have to be aware of the fact that there's multiple spawn points that people can potentially be at, right? So if you're not thinking and you're not actively reading these spawns and kind of like, okay, I'm here, there's a chance they could be here. I'm here, there could be a chance, and on top of that, understanding the cut positions, right? Of like, okay, one of the cuts is con, they can cut outer from top office, they can cut outer from in 10. They can cut E-box from 10, right? Like, really, really simple cut spots, really, really simple spots that are, like, available and you guys use yourself. I see you guys use them yourself. So I'm not sure, like, why when we're trying to get to hill, we're not checking these spots. We're just leaving them open. We're kind of like Tom Brady hoping a prayer, Hail Marying it across the field. Or we send like 4 guys outer and just pray to God there's no one here to cut. I saw you guys get punished for it like a lot, where you guys just don't check shit, or you don't check your corners. You have to check your corners. You have to be aware of cuts. Like, if you guys just get squad wiped and you guys are spawning separately, you know they're playing cuts. That is the current play style. They get a wipe, they're playing cuts. Expect it. Right? Think ahead. Communicate it. If you're spawning separate, if you spawn alone, be very aware that 9 times out of 10, that means 100% somebody is cutting you off. There's somebody in your area that's making it impossible for the game to spawn the rest of your teammates on you. That's why you spawn there alone. Alright?
I do have
really simple
I have a
things.
question regarding like a team's playstyle, for example, right? Because I'm noticing that this team plays a lot of like hill heavily. They'll like smoke off the windows, right? And like kind of like force us to like come to them type of thing. So if they're like playing like stack heavy, how the AR is supposed to operate? Because they're smoking themselves off, so I can't see anything, and it's forcing me to come down to them. And it's a 1v3 or 1v4 at that point.
If your team's play style is stack heavy.
No, their team's stack heavy. Like for P1, for example, right? Let's say like they smoked off our windows and like they're just smoking off the hill constantly, right? And they're playing in the smokes and like tucking themselves in the corners, like in the little ratty positions, right? And they're forcing like me and Lex to like come down, like to them, for example. As in SMGs, they're trying to like break the points by themselves, and now we're kind of stuck in a situation like, okay, like we can't see them. How are we supposed to play off of that type of situation?
So in those situations, right, and SMG's reaction in the situation is going to be to play your corners, read your mini-map, right, play a cut, or vice versa. They have the other option of alternatively speeding up. Instead of staying in an area contained, they can decide to push an area purposely knowing that there are going to be people there, right? Or might be a hole there that they can work through. ARs is different. ARs, a lot of times when you guys are put in those positions, your job is actually to slow down. You focus on what you can control, right? And this goes back to that conversation that Raph and I had about high percentage gunfights. You don't want to put yourself in a position where the percentage of you winning that gunfight is relatively low. It's relatively low to begin with if you're an AR in Hill, right? Like, it's just usually not a great percentage for ARs. That doesn't mean you can't play Hill as an AR. It means you have to play it a certain way. And it means certain hills are going to be kinder to you than other hills. P1 is not really an AR kind hill. It's not really anybody kind hill. It's not friendly to anybody. But at least with subs, they can smoke, turn their backs to their ARs, and rely off of you to be like, okay, they have my backside. I just need to focus on this and stay prone. Right? Like, as a sub, the best thing that my ARs can do when we're getting slayed out in Hill is maintain top control. Because when I have to re-enter into Hill, the only thing I have to focus on is my initial gunfight, and then proning with my back to my AR and picking up one angle. Okay, my AR is still top closed, my AR is still top open. I can put my back to movies and just prone and watch con and go off of callouts. Or my AR, I have 3 ARs in top open. I know this, and this is probably not going to be a threat. I just spawned wells. I can just hit movies, smoke off the front of it, play with my back to open, right? So it actually creates more space for your subs to regain Hill when you guys actually hold control of the map. When you guys hold no control of the map, it turns into a free-for-all. There's nowhere safe for you to go, and there's nowhere safe for them to go. Especially with Hacienda, the entrance ways into the P1 are very tight. If you've noticed with Hacienda, the map is large, right? That's where you guys are going to thrive. The entrance ways are small, though. That's where you need your subs, right? So if you spawn wells and you're trying to get top zebra to get back into open, let's say all 3 ARs get wiped out of open, right? And you're trying to get back into open from wells, breaking into the top zebra area is difficult for an AR alone because you have a ranged weapon, and that's a close quarters gunfight. You need your sub to help you get there first, and then you regain the longer lanes, right? And then off of that, your subs are able to, okay, my ARs have my long lanes, I'm able to hop down, regain control of Hill, right? So it's a step-by-step process. There's an order to things. Right, and if you think about how the maps function in terms of like actual, like how the map is composed, you'll notice there are areas that are very clearly like, this is a small area, this is a big area, this is a sub area, this is an AR area, right? Like,
that doesn't mean that the you as an AR or you as an SMG, you can't be anywhere. The thing is,
yes, yeah,
when it comes to, for example, having an AR playing with in a close range map, I mean close range gunfight such as inside the point, let's say P2 for example, it's not every single time for you. It's more for your teammates. Oh, someone needs to go and cut. Okay, who is the closest one? They are might be winning, might be losing. It doesn't matter. It's not for you. No, you need to be stuck in a corner because you are the closest one, because you have the timing, whatever. Okay, that's not for that's a play that you need to make, but it's not for you to break in the heels. You for punishing everyone. It's more for the team play overall, to delay the enemy, to cut the rotation to the enemy, so I can create the space for my team. Is basically the team play overall, but not a team effort. That's fine, but at least I'm making a play for my teammates, not for me.
right. And so the only reason why I bring it up is because how you approach your gunfights is going to be important. It doesn't affect whether or not you take the gunfight, right? It affects how you approach taking that gunfight, right? So if you're at wells by yourself and the rest of your team is spawning out at various locations, and you're the only AR there, and you know you want to regain top open control, you're not just going to turn corners, just fly through this area because you're an AR, right? You can't just slide out of top zebra and pray to God they're not in the corners waiting for you, right? You're going to have to let the play develop a little bit. Maybe you approach, instead of going straight to the stairs, you go on the backside of things, on this heady. Okay, I'm going to check my top zebra at an angle first. Okay, now that I know top zebra is here, I'm going to get halfway up the stairs. I'm going to start to pre-aim. I'm going to start to ADS because there's a chance they could slide out of open into my FOV. Okay, Okay, from there I know they're not open. I throw my nade open. Let's say I cook and throw my nade open. Okay, boom, I get my nade there. I check my closed. Right? I pre-fire that because it's a close range gunfight. I might not win it if I don't pre-fire it, right? Whereas when I have subs to work with, I know I'm not playing like that. I'm playing off of their trade in that situation. If I know I have two, three subs to work with in this situation, and I know they're gonna help me get this top zebra, I know they're gonna run faster than me. I know they're gonna get there first. What I need to make sure is that I'm ready for that trade. Right? Let's say one slide's closed, one slide's open. Okay, this one dies, this one's still alive, he wins his gunfight. I'm the follow-up on that. And then from there, I can take control of which one of these blue lanes I want to and support my sub as he goes and pressures hill. Right? So
why instead of like going after them, why don't you just go with them and win that with him?
Yeah, you can go with them too. I mean, yeah, that's 100%. But I'm saying like the way, even that, right? That's another way to do it is you go with them, right? But like, I'm saying the way that you approach it as an AR is going to be different, right? Like how you challenge certain things or how you play certain things. It's not, that's really the only thing it affects is like, okay, am I slowing down my tempo because this is not really a high percentage gunfight for me, and I need to like make sure I do things right, or can I speed it up because my teammates are here and I can start to rely on them more because we have numbers, right? We have presence, more guns, more damage, right? Like really simple, but
Yeah, I was just noticing like when we first started it, right? Like the approach was different. Like, I think they just like called on to like what we were doing, right? And then as soon as we started it the second time, they started putting me in like a lot of like uncomfortable positions, right? I'm like, okay, there's a smoke constantly in my face, right? I can't see anything on P1. I'm like, okay, maybe I should hop the hill here. As soon as I hop up, boom, I'm dead. Because someone's like staring at me from like either inside of smoke or like tucked by like probably like open side hill or something like that. They kept playing like hill heavy, so I'm like, okay, like they're not even playing top, they're just like playing around the hill at this point. So I can't, as an AR, I can't see anything. So if I jump down, I'm pretty much cooked. So I'm getting shot
I mean,
from,
you
like,
want to
every
use
other
your
angle.
utils, right? You want to use your utils and you want to use your pre-firing, right? Your sense of like, okay, they could be here, they could be here, right? So like if you really don't know, let's say the whole hill is smoked off, throw your nade left, shoot right, right? Like throw your nade to the left, they're going to have to move away from it unless they just want to get hit by it, right? They're going to have to move right if they're left. Throw your nade left, shoot right, right? Like make it really, really simple. Somebody throws a nade at you and you're in a corner, you're going to move out that corner.
Yeah.
So throw your nade in a corner that you think they might be in, start paying attention to the other side of that, right? Like
Gotcha.
pre-fire through the smokes, right? Like tell your team to use their nades in hill. I saw the flank here. I was going to say something, but he ends up flipping spawns because they are playing hill heavy, so like I'll let it go. But like goddamn, you guys had two guys up here and one guy got fried off rib. I will say this is a smart play to flip though. I don't know if that was your intention, but that's what it resulted in. So I'll support it.
Yeah.
You want to be like really, really careful against more passive teams, especially as a sub for Lonely, because you will get fucking fried before you get halfway up the hallway. If an AR is up there and he does not want to play like this. This is like a very, very aggressive hill focused kind of style of play where it's just hill and open. They've given up everything else.
Yeah. You see what I mean? Like they just like kind of like gave up like for sake like top open control and just like jumped right into the point. I'm like, okay, like, what's going on?
You just needed to play your life at that time because you have your teammates like spawning out. If you are trying to kill one guy inside the point, you might get a kill, but you are going to die anyways. And in that specific scenario, your life worth more because now at least we have our top control being controlled unless they push you. So it is about you buying the time for those guys that are in Zebra to actually hop on, get on top, and have the refrag at least onto you. It's about ignoring the hill for a moment, play your life a little bit longer, play for the off angle of if they are pushing you right top, and so your teammates are going to get with you.
So I can like delay
Right now
my
you
push
can't
to like
win.
towards the hill, right? Like I don't have to. I can ignore hill pretty much is what you're saying, and just like play for the control.
It's not so much ignore hill. It's take a second or two to collect yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what he's saying. It's like you don't have like you guys have more time. If you think about how much time is in a hill, how much time do you guys think is in a hill? How much time do you have to work a hill? Hopefully you guys know this. How many seconds are in a hardpoint hill?
I mean, 60, but you probably only have like 50 seconds because you're going to be rotating at some point.
Okay. Yes, but no. You guys have 60 technical seconds of available points that you can gain. Before that, you have 8 seconds of lock time on a spawn. And after that, you have another 8 seconds of lock time leading into the next hill. Right? So really, this is why a lot of teams like started resorting for like later rotations around like 10 seconds and shit. Because it's like, you have technically 8 seconds to rotate in between hills. That's technically what you have of available free time that's not going to be punishing. Right? So like you have 68 seconds. You have over a minute each hill to like gather yourself, try different pushes, compose yourselves, right? Like make sure that you're winning the necessary gunfights. I think a lot of times we rush. Like this is good. We had the first kill, but we didn't like pre-fire the second one. This is what I mean about like as an AR, like you're put in a very weird situation coming in spots like this, right? Remember I said the entrances are very tight. This is a tight entrance. You have to pre-fire whatever you expect them to be at. Right? As an AR, you're not gonna like throw your trophy, get your gun up in time. Like you just don't have time for all this. You just genuinely don't. You have a teammate with you, like the focus is to push. You guys should both kind of be pre-firing if I'm being honest. If your fucking SMG wants to fly around the corner and distract, right? So you can get that kill, that's fine. But like, you know, little mechanical things. Coming off like the respawns, right? Okay, we all spawned out, we got wiped. We know where they are, generally speaking, right? We've been calling them out. And once again, we just completely forsake top. Like, completely. One guy goes con. I don't know what you're trying to do from con, because you don't have any control. Like, you're going to get killed immediately. And then you hop down to try to get rid of this guy who's a threat. But once again, you guys have no control. So, like, there's no one to trade you. There's no positioning that's going to, you know, be beneficial to you guys in this situation. They just have control of everything. When you guys have control of nothing, you have to gain control of something, right? Like, at least one thing. Like, focus on that if you guys start snowballing like this again. Where it's like, okay, yeah, we don't have control of anything. Let's take control of top. Let's get this pick, right? Like, let's take control of open. Let's rotate this, right? Like, let's flip. Fuck it. We spawned out. We got wiped. Let's just flip, right? Make a play. Make a call. Work towards something together. Even here, Lax is able to benefit or contribute to this break here because we had guys shooting at them from top. Lax gets one, and then number one, Lonely, he gets another one from top. And you guys are able to clear hill with one person applying pressure. One person on hill presence. It's not that deep. You don't have to throw like 5 people on fucking P1. And that's for pretty much every P1, by the way. You really don't need to throw like 6 people on P1. Slums is kind of an exception. Not 100%. P1s are usually just control hills. And then this too, I was really upset at this. I don't know. Okay. Let's see rotation. So, spawn's lock, right? Why do we think that this guy is spawning here at driveway?
It's not fully pushed out.
Partially?
We don't have the.
Not really.
We don't have a clear spawn.
Yeah, you don't have a clear spawn, and you guys are blocking several spawns. You have one guy that's rotating from wells, technically is blocking well spawns, and you have another guy in manor. These 2 guys are going to block off well spawns just by being here. You have a guy driveway who, once again, like, kind of, they're going to mix spawns. When mix spawns on Hacienda P2, it means they're going to start spawning drive and split. Like, they're going to start split spawning, but drive is always going to be a spawn. Like, if there's no other place they can spawn, it's going to be drive. I'm telling you right now. Just because of the way this map is in this game. But, and then going into here, you guys have presence at rock as well. So you guys are controlling, like, one spawn, kind of. Even though this guy's about to get fucking game banged by 3 people. You guys do have control of one spawn, technically, right now. Technically 2. So they're going to spawn behind you, and that means they're still late on their rotation, right? But like, I hate this from us is like we get one person to new or one person to hill, and then it's just like hella cuts. Hella cuts. I don't even think we have anyone in hill to start the thing. We're all just looking for these cuts. Like these individual plays around the map. It makes you very easy to pick off one by one. Just letting you know. Because when they're playing like this, where they're grouped up, like I kind of should have given you a forewarning, but I guess I'll tell you now. When you guys play teams from other regions, they know they're on high ping. They're not going to take 1v1s. Or at least they're not going to try to. They're just not. That's not going to be their play style. That's why they were playing the way they were. When you're on 80 plus ping, you can't get away with 1v1s. Doesn't matter if you're better or not. Like, you have to play as a unit. So, even though you guys may have, I don't know what ping you guys were on, even though you guys may have not been on 80 MS, maybe you guys were on like 50 or like 60.
I was on 70.
I'm guessing.
I was
70?
on like 60.
Yeah.
I was on like 60.
Okay, so like 60 to 70. Yeah, so whenever you're on high MS, like this solo playstyle is like not going to cut it. This is going to get you killed. Like really bad. Because you can't control the desync. You're on high MS. It's something I learned playing against like this team actually. One of these I played all the EU teams, all the top EU teams, but Excel especially, whenever we played them and we were on high MS, it was like there was no shot. There was no shot we were taking 1v1s. Just wasn't happening. Yeah, now you guys know in the future, if you ever play an outer region team, you guys have to play like very tight together. And you have to like be very trade dependent. That's why they're playing this way. But so like hopping out of hill, when you're the only one here, you have teammates behind you that need like information to entry in and help you, is just usually not a good idea. You've given up your only lane of sight as to what's happening in this hill. And you have two guys coming from white and one guy coming from drive. They have no idea where this guy is. So you've kind of just screwed your team here. Because now they have no idea where to look. It's a guessing game. We turned it into a guessing game again. You got the call from Rocks. Play your life. You can play your life in this hill and give your teammates time to get here. Because they don't know how many of you are in hill. They're also guessing. Like, give yourself the advantage. We end up getting one, and we slid out again. Like, we keep sliding out of the hill to take gunfights. I see this all the time. Please don't. Stop doing that. I don't know. Chuki, do you have anything?
The only way for you guys to actually try to get out and play really aggressive is when you are having the kills, not them. If they are having the kills, then just play together and play close. Because as for right now, okay, we only kill one. Only kill one, okay? Maybe a spy. A spy doesn't even count. Lonely killed Caesar. Okay, what about next? Why Lonely is just getting out? It's only one kill. If we had like 3 kills and I'm going, okay, then get out, whatever. But that's because you are winning the gunfights and you are winning a little more of a space. But this is not the case. We only kill one guy. It's about killing one and then playing together to kill the rest, and then we made the push.
Yeah, kill feed is super important. And obviously, I think we were just not checking it.
No.
Like I said, like subs and ARs. ARs, your main go-to when shit gets dicey is to slow shit down and start playing off of your teammates with them, right? But like for subs, you guys have multiple modes, right? You guys can speed it up and you guys can slow it down. Don't forget, you can slow it down. You can play a corner. It's okay. It doesn't make you a bitch. It doesn't make you a rat. It makes you smart. You can play an off angle. You can play a heady. That's not just for ARs. It's for you guys too. Okay? Whole kill feed's yellow. We start from square one, right? Split spawns. This should be a call. Not sure if it is. Hopefully it is. Why'd he slide out of hill?
No one's saying anything. This guy ramming as an aid that didn't throw it out from the main. We are just trying to get inside with only 2 to 3 players. We are not even together. Basically throwing bodies inside the hill is not going to work.
Nade inside hill. I saw one person throw a nade. I think a smoke in the doorway. One guy dies here at rock. I don't hear him calling out, "Yeah, there's just two rock. There's two rock. They're playing for rock." One guy spawns wells. He should have been like, I spawned wells at split spawns, right? Like, 3 guys driveway. You guys should be slowing down. It's not a rush to get in the hill. Look at how much time you have. You have so much time, 42 seconds, to try to come up with a play. Like, one of you could have streamed white. You could have helped this guy get through here, right? Played for his trade, worked off of that, right? Be a distraction or play cleanup. Right, this guy, instead of just flooding white from manor, you could have went for, you know, a split. If you notice, like, we just got wiped, like, let me fuck up their spawns real quick. Like, be a disruptor, or just drop and group with your team. If you really want to play that way, I don't recommend it. We still have nades in our hands. It's just, you're making your life a lot harder than it has to be.
Now, another thing to mention, bro. Like the first, when it comes to us breaking a hill, the first guy that is going to get inside the hill cannot be getting inside and trying to win a gunfight right now. It's about getting in and run like a bitch towards the back of the side. So you are breaking the whole enemy team's camera, and the rest of the players can just do something. But the problem with the first guy getting in, okay, and dying immediately after he's getting in because he's just chasing a gunfight, then every single of the rest of my teammates is going to get the pre-fire that it was for Ramen, because we are not moving the camera of anyone. So each one of the guys before him is going to die.
Yeah, this guy's sitting pretty in the corner, just pretty much just shooting straight, and we're just walking into his shots.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing. It's not like you guys are a flash-heavy team either. It's not like you guys are throwing a bunch of flashes. You could just, you know, throw 3-4 flashes in hill and then just walk them down. Like, you guys have maybe 1 flash, if that. I'm pretty sure this game. I don't even know if you guys had a flash. I didn't see a lot of flashes thrown.
Yeah, I don't think we got a flash.
Yeah. So you guys are trying to raw it off your gun skill right now. That's just, it doesn't cut it at a top level. It doesn't really cut it at a competitive level, honestly. Like, this Lambo just got blown up. You guys could have threw a nade on the Lambo, blown that up, probably picked 1 or 2 off of that, then cleared your corners. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got cars, a motorcycle, another car in the corner. You got 3 things you can explode to get guys out of corners if you don't know where the fuck they are. Because they were not being very careful in blowing those things up themselves. Yeah, kill feed's all yellow. It's like last 20 seconds. You guys are still spawning deep. At this point, I would just cut your losses and go. Take control of wells. You know, either full rotate, like just, you know, something. Either fuck up spawns, have a guy come here, get in the hallway, fuck up spawns while you guys rotate wells, like force them to start spawning down here. Or like just full rotate together. Like, and just set up from there. But, you know, at this point, you gotta cut your losses. It's just lost gunfight after lost gunfight. And we're still going at old. Solo child die. See solo child white with an AR dies. One guy trailing behind gets confused, doesn't know if he should chow or not. He dies. And we have one guy in rotation. So they've pretty much gotten all the scrap on top of basically the 60 seconds. And they do send 1 or 2 to lurk on rotations early. This isn't so much to win it as much as to just get information. Because what they like to do is they like to get, as long as they can get 3 guys together, they're pretty confident they can win their gunfights. It only takes 3 of them to wipe 5 of you. So, they're reading spawns. They know you guys are spawning behind them. They're going to start to turn, right? He saw his teammate spawn well. He's calling it out. So we have to expect these gunfights here. And they only have 1 op. Good trophy. We only have 1 op. So, you know, not a lot to work with here. And we're not really playing for control. We're still playing for a break with nothing on our side to work off of, right? I'm seeing 1 nade in the hill right now. Let's see, second nade. I'm seeing smokes. I'm not seeing nades being thrown. We threw 1 nade in the hill again. And we didn't play for top, like, at all. I mean, you don't have to play for top, I guess, in that situation, but I would personally play for top if I'm spawning deep. and they're splitting us because they're very reactionary to the spawns. They're aware that it's happening, and they're turning, getting those 1-2 picks, 3 picks, and then reflipping you guys. They do this on purpose, by the way. This is a purposeful strategy where they keep you guys constantly spawning back and forth like a ping pong ball, so that you guys can never get grouped up. You can never figure out what's happening.
And in that specific scenario is where you guys need to stop going one by one. It's not about regroup, because physically you are not going to be able to regroup, but it's about slow things down, so at least when we have the 5 players alive, we can move and try to break the point, or try to get rid of the guys who are spawn trapping us first, and then we break the hill.
Yeah. Real quick, number 2 in yellow, I want you to pay attention to what this guy is doing specifically, especially for the ARs. I don't think there's maybe he is an AR. No, he's an SMG. But I want you guys to pay attention to, like, this is a very common sub-tactic of, like, I'm going to get a power position or power area and work off of it. Like, he's the second to last one to arrive here at top. He makes sure his teammate is with him. He plays off of his teammates and his callouts for the picks. He's going to read spawns while he's calling in this pred. Okay, Pred doesn't hit, but he knows you guys are back here now, so he can play with the rest of his team off of these. Okay, my team has that. Now I'm going to go to con and be a disruptor. I know they're spawning wells now. We just wiped them on the backside. Right? Goes to wells. Creates an issue for you guys. This is when we didn't check our con. Right? Like, very common sub-tactic on this hill. Is like...
one of you going outer. That's amazing, bro. Really amazing.
Yeah. Once again, there's one of those hills where it's like, okay, we didn't win it, but we can win rotation to new, right? Like, they're stacking. We know they're stacking. Win some control, win some presence for new, right? Like, instead of flooding, like, okay, we get last 30 seconds of hill. Okay, we want to get some time here. That's cool. We broke hill. Like, we should already be, like, darting out through con. I'm not even going to lie. Like, once that last kill came through, it's like leave 1 or 2 to get the last 25 of scrap, and, like, just fully start to focus on your rotation. Like, hit out con, hit out wells, right? Start going to new, get some top control to cut off these rotations if possible together. Like, don't pop ops. It's the last 25. This is kind of what I was saying. We have a Tempest come out here, and, like, Tempest, just so you know, is not like a hill break op. This is not an op for breaking hills. This is an op for when you guys have, like, a few kills in the kill feed, like 3 or 4. You guys get, like, 3 or 4 kills in the kill feed, and the spawns, you read spawns, you pop that Tempest, and you start spamming spawn. You trap them in their spawns. That's what a Tempest is for. Not for breaking into a hill. It's not a Sparrow. You can't spam it into corners and have splash damage hit people. That's not how this op works. And it becomes a total waste. Then we get 1 guy. There's no value out of it besides that. 2 guys. Second guy shocked. And it doesn't even get us really the rest of the scrap time. So, just a wasted op. Just because we got frantic. And we started just, like, clawing for every single second we could get. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Why did we start well side and then we end up split on both sides? Let's see. We have 1 guy come from con and start to play for a spawn trap at bottom kitchen. Alone. It's just not the play. I mean, I've already said it a few times, but you're on high MS, even if you weren't. Like, you're completely alone here. I know we're trying to outthink and think ahead, but the truth is like, you guys haven't won rotation yet. You haven't won rotation at all. You have 1 guy engaging in a gunfight here in garage. You have another guy that's, like, completely alone and new, and you guys got wiped again. So, like, they have the free rotation through. That has to be, like, a thought on the mind. Like, we have not won rotation yet at all. It's different if you have guys set up. And it's like you're a late rotator and you're like, oh, I can hit this because they're spawning here. Like, that's, okay, understandable. But, like, in this situation where you don't have any presence in new, you don't have any semblance of, like, a solid spawn control, this is just not the play to make. It's going to cause the game to not know where to spawn you, and then you guys end up getting split. Because there's not really anywhere safe. So they're going to spawn you behind them because they're not there anymore. still split. I mean, our city's good on you for realizing there's one more here at garage. Not even just off the callouts, just because you spawned manor. That's a clear indicator there's someone either garage or water, checker side. Okay, and then from here we should have some momentum generated in terms of like we have 2 ops to work off of. We have a guy top office already, kind of holding shit down. So we need to check our kitchen, right, and then go from there.
You, my bad, I need to leave, bro.
Oh, it's fine, it's fine. Alright, brother. And once again, like the utils are not really coming through for us. I don't know if they just got blocked or if we're just not throwing stuff, but we're still holding nades, we're still holding trophies.
I had an EMP.
Oh, okay. They have an EMP up, so yeah, now you're cooked. I would just say in this situation, play your life. I'm not even gonna lie. I wouldn't even take a gunfight until this EMP starts to go away.
I was trying to wait for my teammates to push up, but I couldn't see him because I couldn't see the map now.
Yeah, and then your teammates reacted to a guy bottom kitchen because it wasn't fully cleared out beforehand. Their bottom kitchen, or yeah, bottom kitchen. Now we finally picked this guy up, the flanker. As I was saying, they were flanking you guys a lot because we were just leaving lanes open. We weren't like actively, I won't say actively, we weren't proactively picking up these flanks that were happening throughout the game. It was just all responsive. You have a death machine you could work with. You could ask the teammate to bait for you. You know, hey, slide in, let me know where they're at. Turn corner pre-firing. You got someone to work with. We're just kind of rushing into one solo chow and die. RC is a pretty good job of waiting for your teammates, but once again, we're not paying, like this guy spawning, and we're sprinting to the hill instead of paying attention to the fact that like the kill feed is all yellow. Whenever the kill feed is not in your favor, expect a spawn trap. They're gonna try to spawn trap you. That's how you play the game. That's how you play hardpoint. That's how you play control too, actually. The moment the kill feed is not in your favor, you need to start checking these little spots. When the kill feed's in your favor, push out. Get those extra picks, whatever. Do whatever you want. If you guys are a push out team, push out. If you're not a push out team, don't push out, stack. That's fine. But like, you guys should be actively kind of reading your kill feeds. I'm not sure if you guys do. Like 3 kills not in your favor, you're down, play it slow, make sure you check your spots. I mean, fuck, even if you do, you know, let's say you have the kill feed, 3 kills in your favor, let's say you guys break hill, you don't know where the last 2 guys are. You're gonna have to look for them. They're either in open, or their kitchen, or their office, or their water, or their fucking garage, you don't know. You're gonna have to be aware of that. A lot of this is coming from like reading kill feeds, which I'm not sure where you guys have them. I keep mine at the top. Like I have my mini map right here in the middle of my screen at the top, and then I literally have my kill feed right next to it. Like I make it a habit to try to check my kill feed as much as I do my mini map because they're right next to each other. Lets you know when you can push and when you can't. I mean, when I'm not playing mindlessly, of course. If I'm actually trying to win, I'm checking that shit. Super lucky hop up from water, and then you just see reinforcements. Can't do shit about that. We get 1 kill and we slide in after a full yellow kill feed again. It's just not reading kill feeds, dude. Just not paying attention. You got 2 teammates with you, both of them get absolutely wiped. By 3 different guys too, so you know there's at least 3 in hell. There's 3 different names that just popped up on the kill feed. You should know, like, I'm alone, there's at least 3 of them here. You get 1 and then instantly just commit to a chow. 1v3. Okay, yellow in the kill feed again. Once again, like I said, whenever the kill feed is not in your favor, they're gonna try to spawn trap. We weren't prepared for it, didn't pre-fire it, didn't anticipate it. Also, side note, on bigger maps like Hacienda, yeah, pretty much like Hacienda and all the control maps, please don't use a VMP. Statistically, for now, like, just trust me when I say don't use a VMP. You use it on, like, smaller maps, like Summit, for sure. I would just say for now, until kind of the meta shapes out a little bit more, try to avoid using it, because it's not a VMP is like a Fennec. It's not like an Uzi where you can just kind of like cross map, you know, at will. So like using a VMP on this map is usually not beneficial. The only reason why it's working for them is because they're playing a style that allows this to work, where they have 3 VMPs. They're playing like a very stacky and then turn to aggressive style. Whereas you guys are playing very individual. In that situation, it's more important for your gun to hit hard than it is for it to shoot fast, to have versatility and range. I like this. I like that you were different in reapproaching these gunfights. Lax, how you got your trophy down, you took a second, you checked your angles first. I just hated the War Machine pop at the last 20 seconds again. Like, you know that P2 is coming. P2 is instrumentally more important than P1. You've already pretty much lost P1 at this point. You know, it's just kind of like a waste of an op.
Yeah, I feel like I had held on to it for too long.
Yeah, but don't make a decision like that because, like, oh, I've held it for a rotation. If you held it for a rotation, you held it for a rotation. Okay, you can't take it back. You know what I mean? Popping it at a bad time doesn't make up for not popping it at all.
Yeah.
And then, like, the rechows into bottom movies and, like, the lack of any type of control, like, it's just, I just wasn't understanding, and we keep hopping down water from hill to take 1v1s in the water. There's a lot of bad individual decisions that are compiling into what's now an ass whooping, to put it lightly. Like, check the spot, but you didn't trust yourself. Like, you half trust yourself. You had the right idea, you didn't commit. You didn't fully check it. Like, now we're getting to the point where we're fully guessing. We're spray firing random spots. We're just praying as we slide hill. We haven't taken any of the guesswork out of it. We haven't really given ourselves a chance here. Same thing. They get kills. They push out. They start playing cuts. They get kills. They start pushing out when they get kills. When they're not getting kills, they go back towards the hill. And then when they get those kills again, they go hunting. They hunt for the last ones. They figure out where you are. Okay, so in your guys' minds, right, like main points coming away from, this is Excel, this is a top tier team, right, from Europe. 80 ping or not, doesn't really matter. This is what a top tier team is going to look like. Even though I could tell, like, they're not really, like, super locked in. They're kind of playing for kills a lot, but this is essentially what a top tier team can do. If you make a lot of mistakes, is they're going to do this to you. What are some of the main takeaways of things that are fixable for the next scrims or the next games coming up or next time you're put in this position where you have to play, like, a good team, right? Like what are some of those fixable things that you guys are going to take away from this?
Back up, wait for your team. Like, don't just like push it solo. We weren't calling out a lot. Like, hey, push this with me. Like, hey, let's go here. There still wasn't a lot of that.
Right.
Which I think caused a lot of the solo pushing and caused a lot of the issues here because we were doing shit alone.
Okay, so one is working alone is usually not a very good strategy, right?
Yeah.
That's one. Yeah.
I see better in-game decisions.
Yeah. Understand game mechanics. Understand how the maps work. Like, if you're hopping, there's something I talked about with Arcees when I voted him, right? He would hop down from P2 into water, and I would say, like, why are you doing that, right? And he was like, well, what do you mean? Because I could still cover shit. And I'm like, yeah, it's different when you have your team in the hill, right? You have 4 guys in hill. You want to hop down water for a different angle. Fine. But when you don't have hill, you're there by yourself, or it's only 1 or 2 of you, and you hop out into water, when you have to hop back up, you guys all know every action has an animation, right? One of those animations being the mantle animation. So when you climb things, what happens is your gun goes away. You put your gun away. During that time that you're climbing, your gun is completely gone. You can't shoot back. There's no ADSing. If they catch you in the middle of a climb up, you're done. That's a free kill for them, right? Secondly, once you do climb up, it takes another second for your gun to start coming out to get to the point where you can ADS. And then from there, it's just adding on more time to before you can actually engage in the gunfight, right? So, like, make really simple decisions that aren't going to put you in like a bad spot, basically. I don't want to say play selfish because that's not the right way to say it, but like making very simple, good decisions one after another can lead to like a very successful game plan for you guys that actually leads to you guys understanding what your team play style is. Whereas currently, I'm not sure if you guys are trying to play a certain style, but it seems like it's kind of the Wild West. Like you just do random things at various times, no type of pacing or coordination. So like the more you guys make like good decisions on an individual basis, the more it's going to start to naturally come together as to like what is our team's play style. That's why I hated coaches that like after Elevate won champs, they were like, play the Elevate play style. I used to fucking argue with my coaches about that. I used to be like, I'm not playing fucking Elevate play style. That's Elevate's play style. They fucking built that shit from scratch. Them fuckers naturally play that way. They naturally, that's not a strat. They naturally fucking play that way. So all the coaches that were sitting there fucking selling off this Elevate strat to teams to teach them it, I was like, this is a waste of money for all these teams. I felt so bad for so many NA teams because they bought that shit. And I was like, dude, these coaches are fucking conning y'all right now. This is not a play style. This is just how they actually play. They naturally stack kill. Their ARs naturally play more aggressive. It just works because their gun skill and game sense is so good. That doesn't mean it's going to work for you, though, right? So you have to find things that work for you, good decisions that work for you on an individual basis. That's how you come up with your team play style, all right? So making good decisions, cool. What are some of those good decisions to you guys? Because I think that's going to cover a lot of the rest of the what can we take away from this.
Being more like being more knowledgeable about like when we're flipping spawns, reading the kill feed, to read pressure.
Yeah, read spawns doesn't just mean know where spawns is. Read spawns also means like know if you spawn alone at a certain spawn, that means this person is here in this area of the map, right? Like I spawned here, so they're here. Or I spawned here because they're doing this, right? Like that helps you a lot. So when you do spawn individually at a split spawn, you're not just cannon fodder. You can actually do something off of that. It's not just, oh, I spawned away from my team, I'm about to get fucking choke slammed. It's like, oh, I spawned away from my team, this is why, okay, I'm going to pre-aim this. If I can win this gunny, then I can regroup with my team. All right, like that's a big thing that's instrumental in regrouping with your team, something that didn't happen on this hill a lot. We would spawn out and not realize there's a guy up here. And he would just fucking straight up obliterate that guy. And then the team is still 3-stacking up drive with no support from white, so spawns are not meaningless. There's a reason why you spawn where you do. Okay, cool. Reading spawns, that's one. I mentioned the other one a few times, actually.
Watch the kill feed.
Kill feed? Yeah, kill feed's another. That's a big one.
Util.
Util, yes, please. Dude, I throw like 30-something nades a game. I'm not even exaggerating. I throw a nade for every fucking life I have. I die, first thing I do is I throw a nade. I find my fucking lineup, I find my angle, and I fucking chuck that bitch towards the hill. Or I chuck that bitch towards whatever fucker wants to play con cut or fucking top patio. I don't give a fuck where you're playing. I gotta call out the life before I die that this fucker is playing top patio, he just wiped our team. I'm fucking lining my nade for top patio. I'm trying to nade you the fuck out of there. Like, I'm not trying to take a straight up gunfight on that shit. If my nade can kill you, there's no reason for me to take that gunfight. You guys should be chucking your shit, bro. I don't know, like, the moment you spawn, you can literally, like, as long as you don't spawn by yourself, like, you can literally pull your pin. Pull your pin, get to a close position, get your lineup, toss that shit as fast as you can in the hill. Like 3 seconds, 2 seconds into cooking, toss that shit. It's gonna be like a contact nade. That's my favorite thing to do, actually. I love fucking throwing nades, bro. I get at least like 5 or 6 a game with the nades, bro. You don't know where to throw your nade, throw that shit in the hill. Make whoever's in hill life, like make whoever the fuck is trying to hold hill on the other team, make their life a living hell. Be like, make them niggas be like, yo, we need more trophies. These bitches throwing every nade in the hill. Like, that's what their comp should sound like. You should try to make that nigga as flustered as possible. You throw every nade in that motherfucker, bro. I played a team yesterday with my pickup team. We played a team, Arcees was watching. These niggas had 4 smokes. It was the dumbest strategy ever, but it fucking worked. They had 4 smokes, and they threw every smoke right by the hill. They made it impossible for us to take power positions. They forced us to take team fights in the hill. Sounds like a dumb strategy, but that was their strategy, and it worked. Because they were like, we know these are old NA players. We know they're going to play NA playstyle. We know they're going to hold headies. We're going to force them to come to hill. We're going to force their ARs to come close. We're going to sneak through every smoke. They were in it. They were in every single smoke. There wasn't one time they threw a smoke and then didn't push through it. They were fucking assholes with that shit. And it made hill a bitch to hold. Because, like, we were constantly guessing from inside the hill what direction they were coming from because everything was smoked off around us. We couldn't guess. So, bro, your utils are so important. I don't care if y'all go with, like, 3 flashes, 2 trophies. I don't care if you go with, like, 3 smokes, 2 trophies. Depending on the map, like, I really don't give a shit. I don't care if you guys decide to run 5 fucking flashes. I fucking don't personally care.
This the thing about this, bro. The thing, when we have, let's say, I see lots and other trophies, but soon somebody that told me we're not throwing enough trophies, we're not doing this and that, when they trophies get destroyed. But that's why I say we need more trophies. Like I suggest more trophies because like trophies been a real big complaint.
You could run a 5-man fucking trophy style, and I'm gonna be honest, bro. I wouldn't recommend a 5-man any util, but I'm gonna be so honest. Like, you can run like fucking 4 trophies and just stack that bitch. Just throw all them bitches in the hill. Make it impossible for any of their nades to hit, any of their ops to hit. Sure, why not? If y'all are going to play together anyway, if you start rotating together and you all rotate up the same... Think about how you were playing this game. Every time you guys actually got together to do something, you were together, for the most part. 3 of you driveway. One of them niggas has a smoke, 2 of y'all have a trophy. You get 2 trophies to break, you get 1 that's thrown in the smoke. So when they throw shit in the smoke, it gets blown up. You throw 1 more in the hill slide. Right? Get through the smoke. Pre-fire. Like, I mean, you can. The fuck? What does it matter? It just really depends on how you use the shit. Even this rotation from Wells to Con. Like, there's 3 of y'all in a line. You guys throw 1 fucking smoke on the outer. Just block off the hill vision. Get your trophies down in case they have ops out. If they have ops out, like, get your trophies down, go from there. Like, I really don't give a fuck. You can run 2 smokes, 3 trophies. You can run, you know, the problem with trophies is not that they're not working. The problem is, like, 1, either you guys not throwing that bitch in the hill, or 2, they're throwing shit and they're timing it so that it blows up out of the range of the trophies. Remember, a trophy has a range. It's like any util. It has a range, and the range is shorter than fucking nades, and it's shorter than fucking flashes. Not concussions, because concussions, you have to throw them. It has to hit something first for it to go off. Flashes can go off in the middle of the air. Which is why when you know a team is very, like, trophy heavy, you want to run flashes because you can throw them up on an arc and have it flash on top of them without being blocked by a trophy. If you know a team is not very trophy oriented, you want to run concussions because you know they're going to play aggressive because they don't have a lot of trophies. So you switch to your concussion, whatever. You know what I'm saying? My point is that each util has its advantage. It has its use. From what I'm seeing, like, you guys really don't need more than, like, 2 smokes. I would be so honest. Because it's not like y'all really use them properly anyway. You throw, like, 1 smoke at the hill, and then you guys just try to rush in. If you're going to play like that, like, you might as well run fucking 4 flashes. I'm going to be so dead ass. Or you might as well run 3 flashes. 3 flashes of smoking a trophy. You want to play aggressive, you guys want to push out and do all this extra shit. Run 3 flashes. I'm not going to fucking stop you. Try it. See if it works. I know it sounds crazy because, like, as a coach, I should be sitting here, like, yeah, well, As a coach, I should be saying here, like, this is what you should do technically, right? Like, I should be giving you that kind of advice. But the truth is, like, that's not how this game works. It's not. Like, Tribe winning world champs, that was because Bolu had all the S&D strats for those maps. Like, if I'm being so dead ass, that's really why they won fucking champs. Their S&D was strong. And Bolu was to thank for that.
Was strong?
Their hardpoint was good, but their hardpoint was good because they individually just understood how to play game and get kills. I mean, Tech was a fucking laser beam. Marshy was a pain in the ass in OBJ.
Mm-hmm.
You had fucking Vague playing OBJ, and then you had Jez, who was a prodigy at the time, coming up. He had fucking crazy gun skill. Of course, they're gonna get kills in hardpoint. It just comes down to, like, play hill. Like, read spawns. Don't make stupid mistakes. But, like, their S&D was cracked. Low-key. They had good snipers. They had niggas that thought. They had all the strats from fucking Cold War and Black Ops on those maps, because they were all, like, Cold War, Black Ops maps and shit. Bolu played all those on console, so he just fucking gave those CEL strats to those niggas. It worked. Okay, cool. Niggas tried to start doing that shit. Guess what happened? Oh, Wolves pick up tempo. Wolves decide, we're going to play hella fast. We're going to get these picks, and then we're going to push. We're going to play super fast. We're going to run several flashes. Da-da-da-da-da. They end up winning Worlds, because that was their play style that worked for them. They were just the best team at Worlds at that time. Like, same shit with fucking Elevate. Elevate figured out, like, oh, these teams, now that Tactician is gone, they're not expecting a lot of flashes. And they're not expecting us to just stack hill. All these teams like to play for control. They like to play for kills on the outside. We're just going to stack hill. Because if they can't get hill, they can't do anything. They can't win. So if there's 5 of us in hill all the time, they can't fucking do shit. So they just played for hill. No matter what, they just played for hill. And they had great gun skill, so it worked. You guys are going to find your shit, but it's not going to be by copying fucking any of those teams. It's going to be by trying shit. What I'm seeing is you guys kind of ducks in a row a lot, and you kind of don't really pre-fire a lot. It's like when you have a playstyle that's like that, like, you need flashes. Like, if you're not going to pre-fire shit, and you're not going to check your corners, and you're not going to, like fucking run flashes, dude. Blind them. At least make it a bitch for them to take a straight-up gunfight. He'll give you the advantage. Like, this guy has a flash right here in this situation. He flashes, 2 of them get flashed, or all 3 get flashed. That's an easy 2 kills for him. Last guy gets traded, you know? I'm just saying, like, if I were you, if I was playing on this team, watching this, I would be flash heavy. I would be a flash heavy team. Because y'all not really big on, like, pre-firing and checking your corners and shit. You're very much like, just get one pick and then try to go. It doesn't really quite work out for you. Also, most of you were running either tact mass or survival training. So it's like the flashes aren't going to fucking affect you. You might as well fucking run a shit ton of them. Not even going to lie. 2 trophies, 3 flashes? Try that shit. Deadass.
3 trophies, 2 flashes.
No. You don't need 3 trophies. That's crazy.
How about this? How about this?
No,
2
but-
smoke. Wait, how about this? 2 trophies, 2 flashes, 1 smoke.
You said 2 trophies, 1 flash, 1 smoke?
No,
Nice.
2 flashes, 2 trophies, 1 smoke.
You could try
On
that.
the bigger maps, maybe.
You could try that on a big map. On a small map,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even bother running the smoke. Have that guy be the 3rd option. Whoever your flex is, have that nigga go back and forth between smoke and, or who's your equals player?
Ramen.
Bro, it's a toss-up. 1 minute it be Ramen, 1 minute be Zoma.
Okay, whoever the fuck has equals, that nigga's got smoke. No matter what.
Okay.
Whoever equals is, that nigga has smoke, because that's gonna be instrumental in that nigga making plays with his equals. Whoever the flex is, you're always on flash. Your job's not really to do anything other than to be the glue. Like, really, COD is a 4v4 game. It's not a 5v5 game. You as a flex, you have the most versatility on the map. You could change the pace with an AR and SMG. Run a flash. Help your team out. Be the supporter. You know you're trying to break, like, throw 3 flashes in that bitch. Throw grenades in that bitch, whatever. Have left-hand tactical on. Fucking chuck that bitch.
Alright, I gotta go. Have dinner and shit.
Go ahead.
I really appreciate it, though. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Well, that's the little details that I was, like, kind of, like, talking about, though. Pre-firing this, like, what to look at, understand what's happening on the map and everything like that. like inexperience. Like I don't know. I feel like that's an excuse, bro.
Nah.
Like,
That team,
it just,
bro. I ain't gonna
I
lie,
don't know.
bro. That team right there just made me look so inexperienced. But like, I literally couldn't do nothing. I literally was trying to
Nah,
just
not
not
even
shut
outside of
I
this
mean,
team. I'm talking about other
I
teams,
couldn't
bro.
do shit.
Like,
I
you,
couldn't do shit.
you guys just played into what they wanted, right? Like there was no
Mhm.
game plan on your guys' part. You did everything they wanted you to do, which is how better teams are gonna play. They have a game plan in mind. They have things they're doing on purpose to force you to do stuff. And you guys kind of just didn't read that, right? Like, and even though RC's, yes, you don't want to use like inexperience as like an excuse for that. Like, truth is that this isn't an experience thing. This is just like a you guys haven't played. Either you haven't played enough or you haven't paid attention enough. That's really what it's coming down to.
yeah,
Either you're not playing enough or you're just not paying attention enough because teams use these strats all the time.
yeah,
It's just being able to recognize in the moment which strat is being used against you. That's kind of what the current meta playstyle is. There is no meta playstyle. The meta playstyle is we have a bunch of different strats we can use, figure out which one it is. Like, Elevate, yes, they stacked Hill, but if you go back and watch their games versus Q9 in the finals, Q9 almost took hardpoint maps off them.
Yeah.
Just by controlling the map. Like, they forcefully played bigger maps against that team, like Hacienda, and they played for control. They didn't play Elevate's game. They weren't trying to be Elevate. They were trying to be Q9. They played for control. They picked them off one by one. And then once they knew that the kill feed lit up in their favor, spawn trap. That's how they played against them. And it worked until they stopped doing it. Then they started to play like Elevate. They started to stack and they got smacked. Other than that, they probably would have fucking won Worlds.
Yeah.
Elevate, they started stacking because, yes, that's their natural play style, but they just realized that it's really hard for teams to be able to fucking break them when they have 4 to 5 people on hill. And there are some hills that's more effective than others. Like P1, that's not an effective strategy. P1 is like Q9 Wolf strat. You want to play heavy for top control, specifically open. You want to have 3 ARs in open. P2, that's Elevate strat. You want to win those initials from inside the hill, then start to push out a little bit, add pressure. Get your ARs on good power positions, control a spawn point. Or don't control any spawn point and just play an Elevate stack and rely off your ops if you guys got ops. Right? Like, it's situational. But it's like, it's very much like we're just not recognizing what they're trying to do. They're playing Elevate strat right now on this hill. They have one guy holding white, they have one guy anchoring rocks, which is what Elevate does as well, and then finally they start to push out on y'all once they see the kill feed completely light up in their favor.
Yeah.
They start to push down drive a little bit, right? Like, they didn't do that until the kill feed was in their favor. They really just played for a stack. Going into this hill, like, they weren't playing necessarily for a stack, they were playing cutoffs, they were playing old NA style. This is NA play style. Send a guy con, send a guy on late rotation to come and win office. Put pressure on hill, use patio, use office to apply pressure on the backside. Once you get those kills, turn back around, hit that flank again con. That's it. That's an NA playstyle. That's old NA playstyle. They're changing their strat based off the hill.
Yeah.
They're not like one dimensional. It's not like, oh, let's just go hill. Okay, go hill. Like, they're doing this because they all recognize how hills need to be played individually on a hill by hill basis. Like, what's been successful and what hasn't. So if you're just watching Chinese gameplay, I don't think it's going to help you. Or if you just watch X-Rock, it ain't going to help you. Or you just watch old NA, it's not going to help you. Like, watch fucking VODs, watch the world champs. Watch when NA won, watch when Elevate won, watch when fucking Wolves won, watch when Q9 won Masters. They all had different strats for winning. If you're aware of all these different strats, it's a lot harder to be fooled. If I notice a team starts playing picks very heavily like this, they start playing cutoffs very heavily, I'm going to start to play slower. I'm going to play off of those cutoffs. And then I'll focus hill, and I'll get it with my team, put numbers, stack. Right? Because then once they're dead and the kill feed's in our favor, I know I can just stack with my team. They're not going to group up. They like to play cutoffs. They're going to go individual. They're going to try to take solo gunnies. Right? Like, being able to read teams. This guy hitting the flank again through P1. Open to P1 to kitchen. Yep. Kill you off your death machine. Like you have a lot of hours in the day to do shit. Speaking as someone who has a lot on his plate, I go to school, I work, I try to coach, and I'm technically still playing comp, which is a surprise. And I have a fucking whole ass girlfriend I've been with for like 4 years, basically lives with me. Like speaking as someone with a lot on his plate, like you have the time in the day to watch a few games from champs each day. You don't have to watch all the champs in one day, but like learn one thing first. Like, okay, I'll watch Wolves today. I'll pay attention to their hard point. Then I'll watch, Q9 tomorrow and pay attention to their S&D. It was really successful against Elevate. Like, you have time. Make time. Plan out your day. Stop sleeping in until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You'll notice you have a lot more time in your day. Stop waking up 20 minutes before scrims. You have a lot more time in your day. So, hit training modes. If your sense is fucking wrong, fix that shit. Your shit's too slow, speed it up. Shit's too fast, fucking slow it down. You're missing shots at range every time you try to spray somebody at range. Your shit's probably too fast or you're not taking the right positions.
So a team that like for 6 top a lot, it's kind of, and just giving us like pretty much like top control to work with, pretty much, right? As an AR, I should be just keeping that top control, right? Trying to kill these guys out of the hill.
Yo,
Yeah,
I'll be back at
eating.
yo.
Yeah.
Off top. I'll just be fucking eating, my nigga.
Okay.
Like, right here, the only reason why this works for them is because they have a guy in movies, a guy Khan, a guy playing under the open that's sounding you, and then a guy playing kitchen. This guy playing kitchen is cutting off the boathouse spawns.
Yeah.
And then the guy Khan is effective in cutting off these spawns. He knows his job is con and top window. Actually, his job is really conning, not even kitchen. He really has to focus on one angle, which is con. This guy has to focus on like one angle, which is boathouse. This guy at the patio hop up open is focused on like top closed. Because he knows if you guys spawn patio, you're just gonna, or if you spawn 10, you're just gonna run patio. And this guy bottom movies is focused on sounding you guys here and being a threat. So they all have their individual lanes they're picking up. And then the guy in the hill is just playing his life. He died. So, let's see, he respawns here. And you'll see immediately this guy notices his teammate spawns here at 10. And he starts looking wells. They shift their perspective. They start paying attention to where you guys are spawning. And they pick up different individual angles. This guy open, he's not going to have to play his life anymore. You just play his life in the hill. He's not going to have to sit on the patio the whole time if he doesn't want to.
Sure.
Oh, there's a war machine now. Okay, I'm gonna hold the walls. As long as I stay in the smoke, I'm fine. Right? Like, not a single war machine shot being shot in that smoke below him, by the way. Crazy work. You tried for all long range angles. Tried top open, then you tried con, then you tried kitchen, then you sent one shot in hill. By the time they you try to start putting pressure on hill, they've already respawned and they're just countering you. Because you've shot like 6 shots out of your war machine, they know where you are. Like, could have put all those shots to hill, I'm not gonna lie. Probably would have wiped them. Hopping down, and then now this is a great opportunity to pinch, but we're not timing it properly. These guys are pushing while these guys are still here fighting a 1v1. Then we respawn. Now we have splits that should be being called out. Nobody paid attention to the split spawns and checked their manner. We get pick driveway. And we have more solo chows coming through from fucking checkers. Like, you guys are just doing different things at different times. And a lot of it is coming from kill feed and not reading your spawns. Like, this guy should know they're pretty much stacking at this point. You spawn all 3 spawns, that just means they're stacking. They're pretty much just stacking hill. Yeah. That's what that means. And this is good, but there's no help. So you're just going to get picked right away. There's nobody there, because we just died to spawn traps over and over again. And they're not actively spawn trapping. It's crazy how quick it can spiral. Let's see, what spawns did we miss in terms of reads on this hill?
Yeah, I feel like
I'm
I'm
really
never
curious
like
because
taking
there's
a one v
no
one
way.
gunfight. There's always like 3 of them.
Yeah. Generally, you're not going to take 1v1s. It's usually not. If you're taking a 1v1, that means either you fucked up drastically or they fucked up drastically.
Yeah.
That's usually what that means. Or like you read something that your team didn't fucking read and they've fucked up drastically because they're not playing with their team. Like, usually like that. Yeah, okay. Do we read that it splits ones? No. Number 2 should be reading this and going to Manor. Or at least checking his back. He could hold the white Lambo for a second or two. Watch to see what route these guys take. We didn't read spawns. Then we try to solo hill after 2 of our guys get wiped because we're rushing to break it. And one guy splits off water, gets punished instantly. The other guy pushes checkers thinking his teammates with him, gets punished, and it's 1 by 1 by 1, ends in a line. Do we read spawns? We do read spawns. Cool. We get picks here, but they push out because they know that we're all spawning individually, and the most that can be at any one spawn is 2. So they're going to push out and put numbers on those spawns, whichever one they want to flip or hold. Which they decided rocks, which force you guys to spawn down. Okay. Yeah. This is rough. Like I said, a lot of this is just going to come from understanding how spawns work and reading your kill feeds.
Yeah.
There's no way around that. I feel like if people have a hard time understanding spawns, that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you need help with that or whatever, like that's cool. Like I don't mind sitting here fucking going over spawns and being like, these are spawns you should be wary of, but like the fact that you guys have people that are very clearly not fucking aware of spawns to any extent, it's like
Chucky will say some stuff, right? And I'm just like, all right, like, you know, we're all here, we're listening and stuff like that. But then when we're in game, it seems like we're still not following, like, you know, what he's talking about. You know, you'll say some stuff.
because guys are on autopilot.
Yeah.
Guys are just on autopilot. They're just spawn and run. They're not thinking. They're just running. It's not gonna work. I just want to know some tips to loosen your nerves mid game. Yeah, so I was also an athlete, and you do have more time as an athlete to take a pause, right? Like if there's a timeout or like whatever. I've noticed with esports, it's more so about like preparation, right? So preparation, and then when you're mid game, you want to pay attention to simple things, like simple reads. So let's say you spawn and you're just spawn dying. 2, 3 lives in a row, 4 lives in a row, whatever. You're just spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die. The way you slow it down is by next time you spawn, instead of just running, listen to comms. Check your minimap. Check your kill feed. That's how you get your own personal timeout within the game. Like if you need a timeout in the game, you notice you're just getting your shit smacked. Like your timeout is like, okay, I spawned. Let me take a second. Let me read what's happening. And then like wait for a teammate and I'll push with them, right? Like with as much information as you have, like try to accurately predict where the next person, the next threat is going to be at. That's kind of how you get your timeout in Kadem. That, and if you have to, like something I've had to do is like I notice when I'm playing for hours and hours, like my hands get stiff because I'm fucking old. So my hands will get stiff. And because it's intense and everything's moving really fast, I'm trying to like keep up a forced, like kind of, there's a tension in your hands when you play the game. And you don't notice it as much when you're playing. You notice it more when you start paying attention. So like if you go to training mode and you shoot bots, you'll notice like you're not gripping the screen too tight. Usually you have loose fingers, right? Like you're barely touching the screen, if at all. Like, right, you know, like your aim is very like clean, it's very crisp, everything's gliding. Like there's not a lot of tension in your hands, right? And then when you're playing a game and you're trying to hit the shots because of the nerves and the, oh, if I miss this, they're gonna kill me, you start gripping your screen tighter and tighter. You start like putting more pressure on the screen with your thumb when you're trying to aim, or you try to like smash your buttons, right? When you're trying to do things. That's like an action that when you notice is happening, like, oh yeah, my hands are tightening. You want to be like aware. That's why I asked if people like meditate and shit beforehand, practice like mindfulness exercises. Because like if you don't and you're just playing without thinking, like you're gonna just pretty much that's what happens. Is like you physically have a physical response to stress. Specifically your hands tightening and like your mind kind of locking up. It happens to every athlete, whether it's esports or like real sports. So like if you need to, take a breath. Like literally like tell yourself like I need to breathe. Like in your own mind in the middle of a game. You know it's like you're just getting choke slammed, just be like, take a breath, right? Like and just take a deep ass fucking breath. Really slow and controlled. And if you have to breathe that way throughout the entire game to keep your hands loose and keep everything loose, do it. Like if through the whole game you have to just take deep breaths while you're not calming, do that. No shame in that. I've had to like talk to myself out loud. Like if I'm clutching up in S&D with my team, like if I'm the last one alive, I literally will like talk out, I'll think out loud so that I'm more aware of my thoughts. Like I'll be like, okay, he was here, he killed you here, so he could be going here. Like, I literally do deductive reasoning out loud. I don't care if my team can hear me. Like, I'm the last one alive, I'm trying to win the round. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's how I actually calm down my mind, slow down my thoughts. It's like a big thing. Yeah, Narcissus, I just read your DM as well. Yeah, dude, 100%.
Yeah.
That's it. And they're on like probably 90 MS. I know they're not on their servers because I'm in the room and I'm kind of giving you guys ping advantage, low key.
Yeah, he told me that the ping was shit. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, they're probably on 90 to 100 plus MS.
Yeah.
Like I 100%. Especially if any of you are from Central or like West, they're fucked. Like they're on 100 MS without a doubt. But it's like the truth is like that's the caliber, right? Like when I spoke to Lax about this stuff, right? I was like, dude, you cannot. It's not that I want niggas to beat me in game. It's just like you can't lose games to me and then sit there and think you're gonna do something. Mm-hmm. Like you want to benchmark for what a pro player is in terms of like someone when they're actually trying. Like I'm probably the bottom of the benchmark. Like if you can't beat me in scrims, like you're not even in the ballpark yet. You got a lot of work to do. Yeah. You're struggling against me in scrim. You're letting me go like 50, drop 50, 60, whatever. Like that's not. That means you got work to do, bro. That's not a good sign. Because for as decent as I am at the game, and for as much as I can probably hold my own in a pro lobby, like I'm still not even close to the best fucking player in the pro scene. Not even close. So, you know, the wake-up call definitely needed. I don't know how much they're gonna take it to heart, or how much they're gonna actually like do something with that. Now that they know, like, oh, these teams are very like foot on the neck. Like they don't give you a second to do shit. Like you have to be thinking ahead. Have to kind of already know spawns, have to be able to win your gunnies, coordinate with your team.
Yeah, these guys, the moment I died, I literally spawned back up with someone else in my face again, bro. I mean, that's how I felt. I'm like, okay. You know, these guys will never slow down, bro. Never.
That's how it was for me playing against VP, low-key. They were one of those teams where their playstyle I just could not I couldn't match it. Didn't matter what I did. I just could not fucking match their playstyle. Shit pissed me off beyond belief. Like, they were just fast, always in my face, like, my team was like, if my team was getting slaughtered at 101v1 or whatever, like their gun skill was so predictive that it was like, they weren't reacting to me. They were expecting me to spawn in certain spots, and they would just pre-fire. They'd be like, I know he's spawning here, so he has to push this or this. So I'm gonna just pre-fire. I'm gonna pre-aim it. I'm gonna wait for him out of spawn. Like, which is how I play when I'm very comfortable playing against a team. I get very predictive. I don't get very like active or reactive. It's kind of the goal for most comp teams. You want to be predictive, not reactive.
Yo, Loki, I've been thinking about going to Fury.
Over Claw?
Yeah.
Why not Vortex?
Vortex?
Uh-huh. What's wrong with Vortex? Solo hold kills with the Vortex since your team likes pushing out so fucking much.
That's true.
You'd literally be able to block off like whole lanes just with your op. But like if you know they're coming from a lane or you know they're gonna spawn somewhere, like you throw that Vortex in the spawn, go. Definitely more of a predictive op, but solid nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it that a try. Up there, smoke your concept. It's cross so easily.
Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint
That's
identified.
crazy.
Capture the objective. Hardpoint is ours. Hardpoint contested. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
That boy got some aim on him. That is crazy. Chumpy was playing a lot of cutoffs.
When you know it's only one guy playing cutoffs like that, like it makes that guy really predictable.
Yeah.
Because like you always know there's only one person ever on cutoffs, so you guys can just deal with him and then literally just numbers on him. Or like deal with him, breaks one. And numbers on him. But if you guys aren't thinking about like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get flanked or this, that, and the third, fucked.
I know he's not really like white peeking stuff either like that as an SMG player.
Zen does that too. If I kill him in a spot, he readjusts his angle. He makes it so it's like a short peek. So he makes me overextend, so he doesn't have to. He just lets me walk into his crosshair. Does that all the time. Fucking hate him. He's a smart motherfucker the way he plays the game, bro. Or if he thinks that like people are gonna commit to something, he'll hold some off-ass fucking angle.
Yeah.
Make it hard as fuck to fucking pick up on him. Cause you be thinking he's there, and then you're like, right when you get to the spot, you're like, oh no, he's not, and then it's like, oh no, he is. He's just playing it way more passive than before.
Friendly EMP systems incoming.
Ah, okay, I see what he did there. Okay, so he left. He ended up leaving like fucking Lambo, but when he left, he like smoked it off and shit. Then when he went to go to assist the hill, he like cuts off like the back, being blindsided and shit like that from the back. While their teammate was like kind of like clearing in top office spawn trap.
So they don't use top office as a hold area, they use it as a spawn trap area.
Yeah.
So pretty much like, as long as you don't have top office, we know we can use that to get spawn to spawn very quickly.
Yeah, they're
Adam
constantly
is
whipping
very
each other too, like always holding each other's hands.
Capture the objective.
Hmm?
So they're constantly holding each other's hands.
No, Kadam is very quickly turning into like a who can be the most creative. Because like we all know the same spots, it's just how do you use it. That's what it's starting to come down to. Like, you think about it, like their spot knowledge is not different than yours.
Yeah.
It's just how you guys use it is different. I'm gonna take a fucking nap. I just don't want to fall asleep. God.
Hunter killer drone deployed. Capture the objective. Predator missile inbound. Hunter killer drone deployed.
Yeah, that VMP that he had has like 0 recoil. Damn.
That's correct.
Systems incoming.
Yeah, he only pushed out with the Piri when his teammates would smoke over and he'll push out with Piri. That's the only time he like pushed out when it was smoke. Damn.
Hardpoint identified.
I at least attempt to like try to have conversations with them like in the game.
Well, it's difficult if they're not, on the same wavelength and be in their own world, because a lot of them are getting stuck in their heads. Like Lax popping that fucking war machine in P1, 19 seconds left when you know you have a P2 coming up.
Yeah.
It's just unnecessary. Really just useless. Honestly. Not him, just that play. It's a useless play. Doesn't do anything for you. It's not gonna get you back in the game. But that nigga's thinking, oh, I haven't popped my war machine for a while, I need to pop it. Bro's in his own mind, right? He could have coordinated with someone, been like, yo, I got a war machine for new. Not even thinking that way. He was in his own world.
Have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is ours. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint identified. Capture the objective. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint lost.
Oh, hell no.
Hunter killer drone deployed. We've taken the lead.
Oh, so ready.
Friendly hunter-killer drone deployed.
Affected everything, bro. Every spawn,
Hardpoint identified.
every rotation. They're predicting the whole game. They're just reading.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hunter-killer drone
Your
deployed.
game IQ is so much more important than your mechanical skill. I'm not saying your mechanics shouldn't be good, but like I said before, bruh, if mechanics were the only thing that mattered, I would not have made it as far as I did.
Hardpoint is ours. Hardpoint contested. Friendly predator missile inbound. Hunter-killer drone deployed. Hardpoint identified. Capture the objective. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Friendly EMP systems incoming.
This man went to go lurk inside of. Oh, damn, bro. Wow.
Friendly hunter-killer drone deployed. Friendly hunter-killer drone deployed. Predator missile inbound. Taking the lead. Hunter-killer drone deployed.
Also, I think it's funny, bro. Lax is like, bro, I don't know what Lax's mindset is, bro. Nigga's not got the right mindset at all. This nigga, bro said earlier with the VOD shit, and he's like,
Friendly hunter-killer drone.
oh, I was like, he's like, oh, I have these VODs, I'm behind them. I was like, oh, send them to me. I was like, I'm gonna look at them. This nigga try to be cheeky, talking about, do I have to pay you? He's like, nigga, you should be fucking paying me, I'm not gonna lie. You know I have niggas that now pay, like, now since I started coaching and putting on prices, nigga, I just had a nigga pay me $100. Niggas gonna pay me $100 a week to coach him.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, Lax needs the coaching bad, because his decision making is atrocious.
Yeah.
Like, bro. Oh, I'm here as a consultant, bro, but there's only so much I'm willing to do, because it's like, nigga, I could sit here and literally go through everybody's sense, everything, bro, top to bottom, bro. Literally see what's going on behind the hood, see what's happening, start voting niggas individually, get them all on page. But I'm like, I'm not doing all that for free, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Here as like a friend, chilling and shit, like, cool. Alright, whatever. But like, nigga, if I'm coaching, like coaching, not doing that for free. That's hella work. It's hella work. And for 6 niggas too, it's crazy.
See, that's the shit I can't expect them to know. Like, you know, like, as in, like, pay attention to stuff like that. Like, I'll probably, like, pay attention to stuff like that, but they're not. Yeah, they're not paying attention to that. They're walking, like, right by them, bro. Like, Chompy just looked at, like, 2 people across right by him, bro. It's like, sitting in the corner. They didn't even check the corner. That's kind of crazy. Alright. Caesar. Need dudes. Next. boy Caesar just sat in hell the whole time.
Feeling like a villain. What's cooling?
Yeah, so I don't know if you made it in time the other day when we were having that like group meeting. But yeah, Lex has said that he's not willing to like sacrifice, time with his family, which I highly respect. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I told him, I was like, yo,
That's fun.
I don't think anyone here is trying to control you. If you don't want to put in the extra work to try to get to the next level because you don't want to have to sacrifice that, that's fine. You know what I mean? But I'm just letting you know to get to the next level, that's what it's going to take. You need to and I use you as an example too. I say, you got a lot of stuff going on throughout your day, right? And you still like, you know what I mean? Like, you still sacrifice. And,
Oh yeah, 100%.
and then, and I think you're a little bit more busy than he is. I was just saying, like, okay, like, I don't know. I was like, okay, like, that's the mindset, and then they're like, oh, like, yeah, like, we get it. Like, overall, I get it too. Like, don't get me wrong. I get that. Like, I even have, like, family over here and stuff like that. And I'm still sacrificing time with them just to, but they're also pushing me to pursue my dream. So I'm just like, okay.
Because at the end of the day, bro, it's not about, like, really corny, bro, but, like, it's why I have my bio, like, excellence, and it's, like, not a name, it's a mindset.
Yeah.
It's, like, it's not about that being my name. It's not about, like, me being the best player or anything like that. It's literally just, like, I want to do good at things that I want to do, like, and to do that, it takes hard work. It takes effort. There's no way around that. Like, I wouldn't have made top 4 fucking the first year of me playing. I wouldn't have made it when I was a rank warrior and just half-assing shit, not really knowing what I'm doing, just kind of relying on vague gun skill, halfway baked gun skill. Like, I wouldn't have done it. Like, it's just not possible. There's no other way. Like, that's how this game works. That's how most things work in life, but this game especially, you can't half-ass that shit and expect it to work. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, you have to put in effort. You have to make sacrifices. Like, and you could see them as, like, oh, I'm making all these sacrifices, this, that, and the third, but, like, that's not really what it is. It's, like, you're investing in yourself. You're believing in yourself. And it's, like, yes, there's shit that it wasn't always, perfect. Like, there have been times in my academic career where my grades have dipped because I was in the middle of a major event and I was putting in 8, 9, 10 hours a day. Yes, there were times like I wasn't spending as much time with my girlfriend, even if she was with me in the same room, right? I wasn't spending as much time with her because I would have scrims from 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock until 11, 12 at night, and then VODs, and then rank grind, and then, oh, I have to change this setting, oh, I have to try this gun because this gun just got buffed. It might be meta, I have to get used to it. Like, oh, I want to watch my VODs, I want to watch pro VODs. Like, I'm in bed watching fucking VODs as she's trying to sleep, being quiet, just watching and paying attention. It's like, bro, it's not always perfect. It's not always going to be perfect. You're going to be stressed out. Throughout all of fucking finals for NA, this past Masters, I was going to school. I was still in school. I had like 4 or 5 classes that I was going to. Mind you, after class, I have to go to work. So I'm going to work until like 7 o'clock, getting home as fast as possible, on by 8 o'clock, on by 7:30. Like, at what point do I have to eat? I'm eating like 2 meals a day at that point. I'm eating like, when I first wake up, if I haven't time, I don't even have time because I need to get sleep somehow. So I don't even eat first thing in the morning. I get up, I run to class. Like, in between my classes, I'll have like a few snacks here and there. And then like right before work, I have like a little snack. And then like after all the fucking COD-M shit, I'll eat in the middle of the night. 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning. I'm eating, go right back to bed, do the same thing next day. Wake up, class, work, game. Like, my girl's with me here and there throughout it. I'm still seeing my mom. I still have a relationship with my mom. I have a relationship with my brother. I have a relationship with my dad. You know what I'm saying? My stepdad, my dad, my grandparents. Like, it's not like you can never do that shit. It's just everything is gonna be limited.
Yeah.
You can't do everything all, 100% the way you would do it if you just had free time. That's just not how that works. Like, you want to be good at the game. The truth is mad niggas no-lifing this shit. Like, real talk. I mean, I didn't even fully no-life it when I was playing Masters, and I wish I kind of did, because I think we would have won. I didn't have time to. Like, I had to draw a line where I was like, if I do this, I'm gonna lose everything else, right? So, like, you could still draw that line and be somewhat successful. But you have to find where that line is and be willing to push to that level and push to that, degree of, I want this shit.
Yeah.
You're not willing to do that. Like, there's no point. I've already told him this. This nigga was complaining to me about the training modes and shit, and I was like, I'll be honest, bro. An hour and 20 of training mode is really not that bad. I do that casually when I want to, just get on the game and fuck around and shit. Like, I get on and I just play.
Yeah, Chucky was asking me the other day. He was like, "Yo, are you gonna lead this team?" And I'm like, "I don't know," because he really thinks that I should, because of like what's happening. He's like, "How are they not like remembering certain shit and all this other stuff?" You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I don't know. Because
To be honest, like my team needs an AR right now because Kibu's kind of like not really in the mix. He's got a lot of shit going on at home with his mom. I think we have scrims at like 8. If you want to, you can come scrim with us just to like fuck around and shit to see how it feels. But obviously, like I'm not trying to snatch you away or nothing. But if you're considering leaving anyway, like fuck, we need a sub tonight. As far as I'm concerned, so I don't mind trying it. They're just saying they need an AR regardless, so another AR. So I'm like, cool,
gotcha.
do that shit. But if you have free time or whatever, man, start at 8. Probably start at 8. But honestly, dude, like, it's kind of like, not to be mean, but a lot of esports is just about how smart you are. There's really no, it's not even how smart you are. It's just like, can you mentally comprehend shit, like knowledge and stuff? Like, can you remember shit? Which the memory part is rough. Like, even for me, like, I got like ADHD, nigga. Like, I don't remember shit easily at all, bro. Like, I get distracted. I forget shit often. Like, simple shit. Like, nigga, I'll put my phone down on the desk, walk away, 2 minutes later, come back and be like, I don't know where the fuck I put my phone. I'll start tearing up my whole room looking for that bit. It was on my desk the whole time. Like, I literally forget simple shit, bro. So it's like, I understand it being difficult, but it's also like, it's really not an excuse. It's like either you can do it or you can't. I mean, there's no other way around that. Either you know what's happening or you don't.
Yeah, that's just the way it feels like. Like, okay, there's like a lot of stuff happening. Like, and I was even bringing up stuff that you were like telling me to do, like having like a self like trophy class or self smoke class and stuff like that. So that way I don't get like fucked over in the scrim. And they were telling me like how selfish it is. I'm like, wait a second, like and Bella even said it was like kind of selfish. I'm like, why is it selfish that I have to play like I'm playing the game the right way? Am I supposed to get fucked over alongside with them? Like, you know what I mean? Like, not baiting them or anything like that, but just trying to play the game the right way in a sense. Like, okay, I can smoke this for myself. Even Chucky was telling me, like, yeah, like, if you need to smoke yourself off just to cover your ass, like, so you can make a play for your team, go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Like, why is it that they're not popping their smokes in the right spots or spots they should be smoking off? You know what I mean? And I'm just, like, left out to dry or something like that or whatever. I'm like, okay. For me, I'm a team
My
player.
literal classes right now are like, I have my respawn classes and I have my S&D classes. My respawn classes are all the same. It's like overclock, survival training, trophy, and then it like literally my secondary class is like flak jacket, demo expert, and then I have EMP nades. Because I don't give a fuck. When I pop my fucking war machine, I need value. I'm throwing that bitch. I'm throwing my EMP nades towards the hill and I'm fucking spraying that bitch.
Yeah.
It's like, or I'm throwing my EMP nades towards where they're coming from. I'm spraying that bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting value out of my war machine. And my S&D classes are literally like Flak Jacket, Gung Ho, Dead Silence, and then I have a concussion nade with, yeah. Because, like, I'm not going to get naded. I don't want to rely on niggas' trophies to not get naded, especially if I'm going to be sniping. So I'm like, you know, Flak Jacket on all my S&D classes, whether it's AR or Marksman, don't care. I'm not getting naded because I don't run trophies in S&D. I don't think there's any point if you have a fucking Flak Jacket. If you have Flak Jacket on, there's no point. Like, just fucking be aware of the fucking nade spots. Don't stand directly in a nade lineup and fucking wear Flak Jacket in case it grazes you. Like, in case you do fucking miscalculate. You know? Okay, now you know for next round. Don't stand there. Like, that's a nade angle. Okay, but you survive. Okay, cool. Then I have concussions for when I need to make a play. Let's say, like, they 4-man push A site. Like, I'm not standing, like, firing range, A long. They 4-man push A. Leave a sniper back. Like, if I'm on barrels, dude, I'm not taking a 1v4 with a sniper. I'm gonna fucking pick one, back off, wait for my teammates to start pushing up, and then when we're ready, I'll concuss site, slide in off the concussion, get my extra pick. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you have to play that way, but I'm saying, like, I use my utils very specifically for very specific things, very specific situations where I'm like, I don't want to be with a sniper without a concussion, or I'm going to get outstrafed by an SMG. I have a hard time tracking that. I'd rather have a concussion where I can make him stand still for a moment, so I can just get a free pick and flick to my next guy, you know, or whatever, you know, but it's like, you got to be thinking about what you need throughout the game. The reason why I have, like, EMPs on my fucking war machine. I'm not trying to deal with fucking trophies in a hill because all my teammates got not shooting trophies. Teammates shoot trophies. No, fuck that. It's not their job to shoot my fucking trophies. It's not their job to shoot trophies. Like, yeah, they can shoot trophies. It'll make my life easier, but it's not their job to fucking slide hill and just shoot at trophies. I would never do that myself. Unless I have a moment where it's like, okay, we just one hill off of like 2-3 niggas. I could like slide in, shoot trophies. I have a moment or two. That's different. Or it's like I'm walking up to the hill and they left their trophies in clear plain sight. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot trophies. I'm not fucking sliding hill looking for trophies. I'm sliding hill looking to fucking play my life or get a kill. That's what I'm looking for. It's like, I can't expect anyone else to think differently.
Oh, shit. Yeah, he did say if I got like a better offer from like another team or something like that with like better teammates, I should just take it anyways.
I mean, yeah, because comp isn't about friendship.
Yep.
Like, I love Blay and Nathan, but one of the things that I told them when they were getting offers after Nexus was I was like, don't fucking not take offers because you're trying to be my friend. If you have an offer, take it. I don't care if they're paying you or not. Like, if it's a better offer than the situation we're in, take it. Don't let me hold you back. They're getting offers and I'm not. They're doing something right. You know what I mean? I can't be mad at them because they're doing well. Or because they're showing promise and people see that. Like, and, you know, I'm here to talk to them, but now I can thankfully still talk to them about shit like that. Ethan's retired now, but Blay with, you know, NGS and this, that, and the third. I can talk to Blay about what's going on in his real life and give him actual advice. And he knows it's not coming from a place of jealousy or like, you should have stayed with me. Because I actually care about the nigga.
Yeah.
It's like, when he got the offer from NGS and he was playing with them on and off and shit after like Nexus had their shit, I was like, yo, it sounds like you're really happy there. You should sign with them. Because he was like raving about it. Oh, we almost beat TLE, we were hella close, da, 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 da. I was like, yo, that sounds like a really good situation. You should sign that. It sounds like you're happy.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, if there's something better out there, you owe it to yourself to do it. You know what I mean? Or you owe it to yourself to at least try. Like, I've told teams, like, yeah, I'm going to try this situation out tonight, or I'm going to try this situation out for a few nights or a week or whatever. You know, I'll let you know how it goes. What are they going to say?
Right. Yeah, fuck that. I'm just trying to win, bro.
That's comp. Nothing else matters unless you win. Like, unfortunately. Nobody cares how flashy your scopes were or anything else. Like, hey, you know what's crazy about comp, bro? Do you know where I was ranked in Masters among all players? During the NA fucking Master shit? Do you know where I was fucking ranked among all players?
Where?
Nigga, I was ranked 7th in the world.
You're ranked 7?
I was ranked 7th out of all the players in the world. I was ranked 7.
Oh shit.
Nigga, I was the top 7 player in the world. Do you think anybody fucking gave a shit? No, because we fucking lost.
Yeah.
No one fucking cared. Nigga, I was having the best stats I've ever had in a fucking Master Series in a fucking competitive season. You think anybody cared? No. They give a shit. Literally over a 1.2 KD or some shit like that across all modes. Like, nigga, I was over a 1 KD in all modes. My overall was over a 1.2. Like, I was fucking putting up hill time, putting up kills, putting up fucking util, getting wins at a high win percentage. I think I was at like a 80, 90 something win percentage. I was literally ranked top 7 among all the fucking competitive players across the region. Nobody fucking cared. Nobody said shit. Nobody fucking cared. They don't care. They're gonna see what they want to see, and they're gonna just go off of that. And it's like, if you're losing more than you're winning, they're just gonna take it as you're a nigga that loses. Unfortunately, that's how that shit goes. So, nigga, I realized that shit. I said, oh yeah. I said, fuck. I said, I'm gonna need to lock my shit in. Niggas don't give a fuck how good I do, bro. I mean, I was talking to Bella about it too. I think 2 days ago, like with the team. I was like, oh, so like, what's the deal with like, you know, the payment stuff, like in terms of like the team and stuff, like, how are you guys gonna pay the other coaches, like Hallie and Chucky and shit like that? And she was like, well, I know Chucky's like more RC's personal coach, but I know he's coming and helping the team. She's like, you know, I don't really know the details of like payment throughout that. And she's like, in terms of like, you know, Callie, I'm not sure about that either, if he's getting paid or if he's just come in like pro bono basically. And I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, makes sense. I was like, all right, well, you know, I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll talk to RCDs and Anarchists about this then, because I was like, you know, I want to be able to do more with the team in terms of actually being like here and fucking, you know, actually be able to work with guys one-on-one and be able to pick them up throughout the day and shit like that and be like, yo, let's work on this, work on that, let's get you on the right training program, this, down to third. Let's figure out what your personal issues are so that we can, you know, start actually fixing this shit. Get the team on the right page. But I was like, I can't, like, I wouldn't be able to do it for free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was like, I would definitely cut a discount just because I genuinely want to see this team succeed. But I was like, with how much work I know needs to be done, I was like, it'd basically be a full-time second job. Like, just working with this team alone, just because of how much shit they have to do.
Yeah, Callie, he said he pretty much just wants the training modes done. If we can give him like the 30 days, which everyone has been doing it for every day, then he'll pretty much like do his job for what he does over at Godlike for free here, pretty much.
So he's doing he's basically doing the fucking warden shit where he's trying to find a team that's like, I know what he's doing. Okay, cheeky little fucker. Basically what he's doing is he's trying to find a team in NA, since NA's not that strong right now, that can be like
fundamentally very good, mechanically very good,
Yeah.
so that all he has to do is like basically tell them how to play at the end of it.
Yep.
And just be like, oh, this is just what you gotta do, and then just do this. And it's like, as long as your gun skill is good, you'll be fine type shit.
Mhm.
Which I know, because that's how Warden was with Nexus. All the Garena coaches are kind of like that.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it. Like, it's more so for publicity than anything else, so I get it. But it's really weird for him to commit this early to a team. I'm assuming he's still with Godlike.
Yeah.
So he's getting paid well then. He's not worried about that. He finna just bolster his name a little bit more. That makes sense. Yeah, the niggas, his Garena coaches are interesting, bro. Speaking from experience, very interesting. I can't knock it. 20 enemies, word. Yeah, this team is rough. Like, I don't know. There's so much shit that is like, I can't personally. I don't know. I don't think there's anything a lot of these coaches are going to be able to fix besides just like really basic stuff. And even then, it's going to be up to the players to actually, you know, change some shit.
Yep.
So, see how that works out. I don't know if this team's going to do anything. You know OTL, right?
OTL? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, simping them. But, you know, I'm cool with Crazy Boy. It's like I've known him for a while. So, like, you know, I fuck with him. But for the rest of them, I was talking to Memzo about it, because Memzo's been playing with him and shit. And so I'm talking to Memzo about the whole OTL thing. And I'm just like, bro, Riot is a crazy coach. Like, I don't understand what's going through his head. All like, I don't know the rest of them, bro. I'm just like, they have coaches that have no experience. I'm like, I'm not really understanding like what they're trying to do. He was like, would you coach them? And I was like, I would, but like, I'm not even gonna lie, I'd have to get paid for that. I was like, this is just too much, bro. It's just too much, bro. Like, they're in their own world of delusion. I'm like, this shit not gonna. I think the one thing that at least I could say about me, because I've been coaching a few people now, so it's not, you know, like, it's been pretty good overall. But like, the one thing I can say is like, okay, at least I'm not just giving bullshit. Like, I'm not just fucking giving them fucking blank information that's not gonna result in anything, or like, you know, not willing to do like little nitty gritty work, like adjusting senses and shit like that. It's like, that's kind of the biggest reason for me going to Bella about the whole thing, because I was like, I mean, Callie's gonna come here and he's gonna expect the team to already kind of have their shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's not gonna come here and be like, oh yeah, I'll do it for free, and then be like, oh, these niggas not really like, he might stick around if he likes y'all, but y'all don't really have a lot of personality. Like, this team is very like quiet. I'm like, I don't even know if he'll end up liking, you know, some of the personality here. Like, that's really why Warden didn't charge Nexus. Because, like, he came, like, more of a consultant kind of thing. Like, he just came giving advice here and there. And then, like, he basically was like, nah, like, I actually think you guys are pretty good. I fuck with y'all. But, like, the moment that he realized, like a week or two in, like, when we were doing shit, the moment he realized, like, oh, these niggas are, like, they need a lot more help. Like, they fucked up on the fundamental aspects of things. He realized, like, oh, I can't do anything to fix this coaching wise.
Yeah.
Like, that was his realization. And then, like, from there, his advice was pretty much just like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, y'all gotta get your gun skill better. And I was like, all right, fair. I was like, you know what, fair. He's like, you guys look so polished, and then out of nowhere, like, I don't know what's happening. He's like, I guess it's just like a level change, you know what I mean? You start at one spot, and then you work your way up, and then you realize, like, oh, this shit it needs more work than I realized. So you start giving, like, very, like, generalized advice, because you're like, I can't do anything until this changes.
Yeah.
will say to Chuki's credit, Chuki at least is sitting here with y'all and trying to, like, you know, get shit kind of organized and stuff.
I tell the truth, like, to tell you the truth, he really only is here because of me. Because he's really trying to help me, like, you know, and I'm trying to, like, you know, go pro. But
Yeah.
you know, he's like, you need the right teammates for this shit. You know, he's like, let me know if you're gonna, like, you know, leave, because he pretty much gave me the green light, like, yo, that ass, you need better teammates, like, straight up. You know, you can solo break kills.
Yeah.
You know, you can go, like, you can streak up pretty well. You have the right teammates, things will probably go very well for you. But right now, their mindset is just not there. I told him, like, even with the team meetings and stuff like that, he just didn't agree with a lot of shit that they were saying and stuff. He was like, yeah, bro, he's like, you need the same teammates with the right mindset and everything, like, you gotta go. Like, pretty much. I'm like, okay. So just let me know what team you're going to and stuff like that. I'll still help you out. You know, you can go from there. So, okay. Even Igor's like helping me, like, mechanically wise. I'm actually learning how to manipulate Desync as an AR player. You know, and because I told him, like, I want to play, like, faster, so he's trying to turn me into, like, a sort of like a Chinese player, sort of. Okay.
Like a what?
Like a Chinese player, low key.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's what they're really, really good at. Is, like, just understanding the mechanics of the game and how that shit works. How to manipulate it to their advantage. That's what all good players are. Just really, really understand the game. How to make it work for them. It's like how they say in finance, bro, make your money work for you. Don't, you know, work for your money. Same shit.
Even when I was teaming with Dorothy and shit like that, like, I stood out, like, a lot. So I know he, like, plays kill heavy, right? Which I don't mind. Like, you know, if my teammates can sit there and, like, kind of, like, slay out or, like, kill whore or whatever, I'll sit my ass right in the point. Like, I'm that type of guy. You know, and I could just,
Yeah,
like,
100%.
the hill, you know what I mean? But, you know, when I was on Obsidian and also here, like, you know, I was top fragging a whole lot of stuff. Like, you know, we can have breaks and stuff, like, every game. Like, I kid you not, like, every game was always, like, top fragging, like, 55, 60 kills.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro. I'm like, yeah, nah, you can start saying, no, you can have that role. I don't want that role.
I'm not gonna lie, even the way, like, whenever there's VODs, like, they'll stay for a bit, but they're not really, like, engaging in it. Like, this team, like, this is something I've noticed too, like, I've heard coaches complain about it before, and I've been like, oh, maybe they're just quiet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, you don't understand, like, they're just not engaged, like, they're not there.
Right.
It's like they want shit to just appear in front of them and just work, and it's like, it's just not how that works, bro. I'm, like, kind of understanding. That's why, like, when Shuki tries to ask y'all questions, or when I ask y'all questions, like, that's why I actually wait for a response. But, like, I'm paying attention to who's responding. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a few people in here that, like, very much are, like, very, like, responsive to that shit.
Yeah.
And they'll, like, give an answer, and there's a lot of people in here that they just don't. Like, they're just quiet the whole bot. They're just waiting for it to be over. And the moment they find, like, their moment to leave and be outie, like, they're out. Like, they're just, okay, cool. Thanks. Blah, blah. Dips. I don't know what you're trying to do, buddy, but you gotta be kind of engaged.
Yeah, it kind of shows me, like, you know, it was actually, like, paying attention, was actually trying to, like, learn. You know? Like, Ramen, he'll end up asking questions.
Ramen DMs me questions, which I'm cool with.
Yeah.
He was DMing me about the mindfulness shit, and he was just like, I just can't seem to, like, get my head in the right space and shit. Mid-game, you gotta slow down. No other way around that. At least he fucking is asking questions and shit. The other ones, sometimes they're just, I don't know what's going through their heads. They're in their own world. Like, you just lost. You're trying to figure out why you lost, but you can't figure out why you lost. So you're just getting dystopian on me. Getting quiet and emo.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do nothing with that, bro.
Yo, I do have to step out for like just like a little bit. I'll be back. Like, I got an appointment actually.
You're chilling, bro. I'm literally just wasting time until ice creams. You're fine.
I'll be right back, but I'm definitely down to like come through at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, if you're around, I'll just hit you up or whatever. And just, you have my server and shit, so.
All right.
CSMVC up in. All right, man.
All right. Yo. Who's the best in the game, nigga? Who's the best in the game? Yep. Cities.